Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nycos D&D. Oh, and my camera froze. Oh, that's perfect time for it to freeze right there at the beginning.
Better now when you notice.
Yeah, that's true. Better than when I don't notice. Alrighty, Nycos D&D, Wednesday edition, episode Cauldron Emergent. I'm watching somebody play.
Camera up there.
What's that?
Yeah. Camera up there.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Camera's right here.
Right in front of him and right behind him. That's just where he can view the outputs.
Yeah, I have to look over there and make sure that it's working, but the camera's not. I'm not looking over there.
Yeah.
You wonder why I was looking over here? I was watching him mess with his veil over here. But anyway,
great.
This is episode 1 of the new season, if you will. Cauldron Emergent. Season was it season 5 or something like that? However many times we've had a word after Cauldron that wasn't Shackled City. Yeah, we'll get back to you. Long ago. But this new episode is called The Paragon Paradigm. We are currently in the city of Florin, capital of the region of the same name. And we are in the middle of the action of a scene, so we'll be starting that really quickly. But before we get to that, I'd like my cast to introduce themselves, character name, class, race, and first impressions of the great city of Scarlet. Starting to my right.
I play Jace, the half-elf bard, level 19. My first impression of the city is it's not as luxurious as I thought it would be in the capital.
Hi, I'm Allie. I play Umara Brightwood, the barbarian. I am human, and my first impression was that it's not Cauldron.
Oh, at least you could tell a difference. That's actually a good thing.
My name is Bryce. I play the character known as Ralgrim. He is a divine soul sorcerer. And I think Ralgrim's first impression would be something along the lines of religion in this place seems to work differently, or what we stumbled upon isn't actually a temple and we're just idiots.
Hi, I'm Jean. I play Miri of Elwendale. I'm a cleric to Viridis, god of light, and this isn't what I expected. I mean, I thought a capital city would be a grand place, and I've seen some things that I don't think are so grand. And what's happening in this temple is kind of shocking.
I don't know if it worked yet.
I thought we were in Bridgeton. I'm confused.
Nope, not
Nope. We walked
Lauren, remember, I traveled us
Walked
here.
right on past
Okay, alright. I'll take your word for it. I play Cord, Campbell, Cord, I guess. Goliath Fighter, level 16. And my first impression of this city is that
a lot of things.
it's
Sunglasses.
oh yeah,
Floating in the sky.
they apparently they have a thing for shades. That's cool.
They throw a lot of shade.
Woo!
They have a
Like
lot
that.
of water.
Nice.
Just got here.
Sunglasses he put up on top.
He's down now.
Alrighty, we also have one other player who will be joining us momentarily, but at this point we are right in the middle of the action. There was a conflict in what is currently known as Cathedral, the temple within the city. The party's interaction with it was that the structure, which looked like a temple and it had multicolored, so it seemed like it might be of the veils. When you walked in, the segments within the city, within the structure, had seating for basically 7 different congregations to operate simultaneously, with each of the dioceses on the outside of the septagonal monstrous room. One of the groups was chanting in Gregorian style, while at a second of the 7 altars, there was a single person doing what seemed to be some form of throat singing. the party engaged with a couple of, actually the party being in this case Miri, Elwendale, and Ralgrim the White, engaging with two small individuals. And at first they might have been thought to be children. They found them to be specifically Sekgen, which kind of jived with the large group of worshippers who were listening to the Gregorian chants and whatnot, because the majority of them were Sekgen. The two individuals talked about the joy with which they were meeting their
About to meet their God.
about to meet God, that God was coming to visit them, that tongue eater himself was going to make an appearance. When one of the two fundamentally was revealed to be a goblin rather than a Sekgen. So whether he was in disguise or whether you just mistook his small stature and rather bestial form, either which way, he's identified himself as Atherton. There was a knock at the door.
Oh, it was a knock on the door. I thought
Nah, I think that
Cord
was.
was being weird.
Was that just Cord being weird?
Alright, goddamn Cord.
Sorry, jeez.
Sorry.
Hey, I've heard of people throwing voices. Never heard anybody throwing knocks before.
That was.
I was just.
I was
fidgeting.
just-
I
He's
was
casting
fidgeting,
knock
Jesus
spell on
Christ.
the door.
Anyway.
Anyway, so this young rapscallion had identified himself as Atherton and had admitted that the young leporine little rabbit person with him was not only not under its own control, but was his specific vassal, and that he suggested that he would be eating her later. In which case, you decided to let
Yes,
that
disintegrate.
fly.
Heightened disintegrate, so the person is at disadvantage for a dex save.
Yay.
Yay. Since we're in a capricious form, the yellow dice will work for me grabbing the yellow veil out of there. The creature shrieks and vanishes in a puff of dust.
Zesty lemon veil.
Sure.
Think you have enough material there to wrap like a toga, maybe?
Like a toga maybe?
Probably more like a mummy.
Is this Malcolm's first time using my magic?
I just want to look fabulous.
No, it's the first time he's killed someone, though. So
No,
this
it's
should be
not.
interesting. Yes, it is.
Oh, you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
The Ralgrim the White. Can you hand me my white veil, speaking of?
Oh, yeah.
So he exploded in a cloud of dust. I'm going to shriek in panic. Mary? Mary, can you come over here?
She comes over.
I don't know how to explain this, but I think
Well, when you go puff of dust on that, the leporine goes crazy and attacks you. You destroyed the master! He will not be pleased! That will cost him a lot! Miss. Quickly! Let's add in our last cast members. He's climbing over everybody. Character name, class, race, and what your first impressions of the great capital of Florin is.
Kush, long pipe. Gnome druid, sometimes in a rogue state.
Sometimes in a state of rogueness.
My first impressions of it is it feels like Las Vegas.
What?
Whatever that is.
Giant sunglasses on top of roofs.
Like, it feels like it's all commercialized. I didn't think it was gonna be so in depth with itself.
I'm gonna take it away. I think.
In other words, what happens in Florence stays in Florence, what you're thinking?
Oh, I hope so.
Well, considering that he just disintegrated Atherton in a single spell.
What?
He's currently in mid panic.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so I can explain, but I'd rather not get eaten alive by this little bunny thing. Just
Okay.
don't hurt it.
Okay,
Just...
she's about as effective as a fighting tool as she just.
She cuffs the girl, you know, by a bunch of clothes around the neck and just pulls her.
Actually, they are. She's a leperine. You can actually grab the scruff of her neck.
Okay, she grabs the stuff from her neck.
As soon as you do, her little arms fold in. She
Right.
like hangs limp against your arm.
That's enough. No more.
What did you do to that poor creature?
She went like this with her hands, so she lifts her up.
Okay. Quiet down, please.
I think she's a
I-
troll. Yep.
How are you breaking and throwing? You mark first?
Oh, this spell. I hold out like a pocket of gems in one hand. I cast Greater Restoration on the rabbit to read it.
Okay. It shrieks.
Ah!
It
Okay.
shrieks and it starts wrenching against your hand, and it's preternaturally strong all of a sudden. It's like rah, rah! It's throwing itself on the ground. It's rolling around. It's actually physically getting larger.
Okay, long story short, it was with a goblin. Goblin admitted to making it through his stall and was planning on eating the rabbit later. I disintegrated the goblin because I was really angry in a fit of anger. It's not gonna happen again, I promise. I'm sorry, Miri. Ah!
Roker, relax.
It's turning into a massive rabbit! We were telling me to relax!
A massive rabbit?
And now I just threw it on the floor.
Giant rabbit.
Thank you. Yep. Put that and your two models over in the corner, indicating that you're.
God, that is terrifying.
Okay, you know what?
There's enemies! And it attacks.
Help!
Wait a moment.
We have an inverse.
So I'll need initiative for the two of you.
He messes up because he wants to help, and he messes up because
He wants to help.
he gets triggered by stuff.
Oh, I see. We're blaming it on triggers. Let's.
Disintegrate the door!
Hey,
I guess I had him by the scruff of the neck, so I'm there.
how would you feel if everybody called you skinny
sorry,
for
Our
a
team has
day?
our telepathy.
Okay. Yes, you did have.
I would make human soup, is what I'd do.
Exactly. No better than me.
Okay, anybody before a 20 between the two of you?
Nope.
Anybody above a 15?
Wait, hold on. She hasn't rolled yet. Oh, she might actually be higher
19
than
plus
20.
2, 21.
I think she goes first.
Alright.
You see this horrible thing. What the first thing you notice is that it's becoming incredibly more bestial. It's actually ripping its clothes off. It's like doing the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde or
Yeah.
Hulk thing, whatever you want to call it. It's
Okay, now.
totally hulking.
I understood both of those.
You missed on both of those?
I understood both of those.
You went, oh
Oh
no!
my god.
You
What
tell
is
this is a new
this
era.
madness?
You can tell we're in a new era.
Yeah, guys. Yeah.
When Jace gets references, we know it's a new universe.
Man.
Oh,
So what's your action going to be as she's becoming more feral?
Yeah,
you do
I-
notice that she's grown a hand at the end of her tail, but she didn't. She had a tiny little speck of a tail as a leperine. Now it's grown to be long enough to actually have a hand at the end of it.
Cotton
It's
balls.
clearly not any longer rabbitoid at all. It's definitely some kind of abomination.
yeah, it certainly is. I've got to find where guiding bolt is.
You're right.
Just say guiding bolt.
Yeah, guiding bolt is you make an attack roll against it, and if you hit, you do 46 points of damage, and the next person who has attacks makes
Okay.
an advantage. So
That's what I do on it.
it's a first level spell, so roll on attack roll.
I do step back 5 feet.
Okay.
Nineteen.
That'll hit.
Okay, 46.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay. And it's all radiant too, which is nice.
Not bad, not great. 12 points of damage.
12 point. Yeah.
12 points of damage. Okay. Anybody above a 10?
I got a 13.
Then you go next.
What do we do? We're gonna kill it? Are we leaving? Are we running? What are we doing?
Well, she just hit it with a bolt of
Okay, I
beam,
guess-
a
I
beam
guess
of
we're gonna-
light.
That
That is your idiom that she attacked with.
I cast iridescent ray on it. I'll see if I generate more than 3 bolts. I do. It takes. You use a first level spell like this late in the game. I use a cantrip. One up you in
Nice.
stupid spellcasting. It takes 4 points of damage, and then I cast spiritual weapon at 4th level. So
Okay, guiding bolt gave you advantage on that attack anyway.
it wasn't an attack roll. It's just
Oh.
it's an auto hit.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's only like
Yeah, dinky damage. I got
it's
it.
like 4 points, and then the spiritual weapon will have the advantage.
Sure.
And it's in the shape of a mace, similar to the mace I have in my belt. Because why not? 26 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
I'm scared if it didn't. Measly 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. And nope. It attacks. Multi-attack. Going against Ralgrim for being the evil one who destroyed her master. Miss and miss. She's highly... Oh, bonus attack for the stupid tail.
There we go.
And still miss.
Wow.
Oh.
Typical Jonathan die rolling here at the beginning. They're not warmed up yet.
I wonder how the tail.
The Gregorian chanting has stopped, and the sect gen are all turning to watch.
I wonder how the tail has the musculature or skeleton structure to support the hand.
It's an abomination. It's
Magic.
Sam, your character has rocks literally embedded in its skin.
Okay.
perhaps you've forgotten.
I literally just summoned a weapon out of thin air that is slightly translucent after firing several bolts of light out of my hands after she fired one big...
That's all.
Like you...
It
you
doesn't
have-
look. The creature doesn't look right.
You have gone past the point of being able to ask questions.
That's where your suspension of disbelief
He's
Listen,
that's
listen,
where-
listen. I have a hammer.
As
okay?
it
I'm
makes its
operating on
attack,
the same level as you guys.
as
obviously.
it makes its attack, a voice. It says in a voice that sounds far too masculine for the little leperine it used to be, and the voice says, "Free the magic, release the power."
Ooh, power. Do it.
Miri, your action.
Oh, I have a lot of spells that aren't going to really help.
Smite it! You're a paladin! Smite
Yeah.
this thing! Damn it!
He's
Yes,
Smite
okay.
it, my
It's funny. Okay,
smiter.
hang on a second. For last round, I don't know what I'm gonna do. What she does? She hits him with a bolt of energy. Now she's prevaricating. Kill it! Kill it with fire! Way to go, bipolar Joe over there.
I'm panicking, okay?
Gets up and does a
This is
smite
not right.
evil.
This is not right.
Smite.
So I'll have to hit. Oh, Jesus. Oh,
Just smack it. It's just furry. That's all. There's no armor.
It's got teeth.
please.
Dang!
20.
What the hell? What level? What level? are you
Nat
gonna
20 on the
smite?
smite, huh?
Yeah, what level are
So
you gonna
back
hit
it
it
up.
I'm only at
Back it up
level
first.
2.
I know, but what? Like, it doesn't matter. What level of smite are you hitting with?
I
I
think
think it's 2D
first
plus
level.
1D.
It-
first
I
Just
get
just
it.
back up to 20 first.
Alright.
I just want to know whether or not you're going to get double crit.
Oh,
Holy crap, she did.
Wow.
And that, okay, one more time.
Roll it again.
I've only done this once.
Roll it again.
Never see it.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, the thing is that when she smites it, go ahead and add whatever
So
whichever
what
smite you want.
what level of smite are you using? So how many d8s are you aiming for? You go 2d8 or 5d8 or up to 5d8?
I am only a second level paladin.
Irrelevant.
It doesn't matter. It's a
I'll
type
just
of type
add
of
in
smite.
with 5d8.
Oh, so you're using a 4th level.
I can't.
No,
do it.
you're going. Wait, 4th level?
I'm not fourth level though.
No, because it's 2d8.
In order to get up to 5th, you'd have to cast 3. Yeah, so you're using a 4th level spell slot for this Divine Smite. So
Okay.
make sure you mark it off appropriately. So you're doing 5d8 plus whatever the d8 of that is. And then however crit damage is going to work for a backed up critical hit.
Okay, so what's that?
She backed it twice.
Well, she.
Okay, so here's how that works. If you guys don't recall, first one, if you back it up, well, if you don't back it up, it just maxes the damage.
Right.
If you back it up the first time,
Right.
it's double max damage.
So double max. So that's what you did. So double max of 5d8. There's 40 from 5d8, and then you're using a rapier, if I remember correctly.
No, I'm using a longsword.
Oh, a Frostbrand longsword. I didn't even know.
Yeah, Frostbrand.
It's a Frostbrand?
It's a Frostbrand.
Oh
It's
my
very
God.
heavy.
Okay.
Oh goodness gracious!
That's
She's-
gonna make
okay.
math complicated.
Remember too, that's a true magic item. That actually.
Yeah. So there's 40, and then the longsword max damage is an additional 10, and then it being, where the hell did you guys get a Frostbrand?
Don't talk about it.
It being a
don't worry.
Frostbrand.
You did-
I think
yes.
it's another 12.
He's
I know exactly
answering.
where you got it. No, I know exactly where you got it.
Hold on, I gotta look up Frostbrand. It's
It is a
weird.
D6.
No, it might be just a D6 of cold. I'm not sure. I remember Frostbrand being kind of disappointingly weak for what the rarity it is.
It's Frostbrand is an extra D6.
It's only an extra
D6 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you're doing 56 points of damage. 6 cold, 10 slash, and 40 radiant.
And then double.
And then double that, so
That's 100, 112.
112.
Okay, so when you strike it,
Whoa!
the blade sings like a crystal bell, and the blade goes completely see-through for a few seconds.
And then,
And in that process, you see this creature, this horrible beast, turn back into a rabbit, now cut in two,
okay.
in a pool of silvery liquid.
Oh, gonna catch that?
Guess what?
Yes.
It's what?
Yes.
Guess what?
Yes.
Vex.
Vex?
Miri. Catch the
Okay,
Vex.
hang on a
Vex.
second.
We might be attacked by the sect in here in a second.
No, but the crowd behind you that heard her scream, free the magic, release the power, all start screaming and writhing and falling on the ground.
Can I use this?
I like
No,
reach
this is
over-
across town.
I reach over and grab her. I'm like, wait, what was that? What was that spell called?
Wait, they're hurting.
What? No, they're gonna turn into that thing. We need to leave. Oh yeah, Thunderstep.
Poof!
With me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and the blast shoots the silvery stuff against the wall, which just starts to evaporate as soon as it hits the wall.
We weren't there to
Yeah,
see that. We're
that's-
about 300 feet away, and I'm just gonna start running after we're done teleporting.
Where are we
Nice.
running to?
I don't know.
Got to run away!
Okay.
We killed that rabbit! The rabbit's dead!
You left the limb though.
I panicked. Okay. I got really angry.
She
and I
looks
got
at the
really
sword.
scared.
Is it still back the way it was?
Oh, it back to yes. As soon as you step out of the thunder wave, it's back to metal again.
Oh, that was weird.
I'm gone. You're like, that was
Rogram.
Robin.
Rogram. Robin, slow down. Running blindly will not help us.
I mean, it'll put distances between us and the people who are about to turn into a bunch of abominations. That'll be nice.
I don't know what they're going to turn into. They were writhing on the ground.
Yes.
Just like she did.
Like
She writhed
did.
on the ground
We were
first.
moving away from the massive horde of
Okay.
things writhing on the ground.
But slow
We
down
should find
so
a
we can.
constabulary. That's a long word.
We don't know. That is.
Oh, put yourselves on the street here. You can probably see the guards in the distance. The red suited uniforms, kind of give themselves up.
Where? Let's go.
Yeah, it's on that road there. Yeah, put yourselves on that road.
This room?
Yeah.
Coming in? Okay.
Sure.
So this thing is gone.
Yep, hand it to me. Get it, hand it.
John, I have to hand it to you.
Well, no, you can't. Oh, wait, no, you have that back.
He's handy that way.
Robin, let me talk. I'm trying to.
Okay. While they're doing that, let's see. Who else was? What else were you guys doing?
What were they doing? They were
That one put his walls
I
to
was
the
with
top.
him and we were going to the milk.
Yep.
the soldier garrisons.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we were over here by these guys.
So as I recall, they were pretty adorable. There was like 1,000 of them, and they used 2-weapon fighting and
Mhm.
dexterity. So just the most disgusting army I've ever seen.
How many side quests do you think will occur?
And he told me stuff which I've forgotten.
They told you stuff which you've forgotten. Maybe you're lucky. If you're lucky, the documents over there might have actually caught a spell or two. Maybe would ask her if she has any notes on what happened last time.
Did you get anything of what they said?
Spell? Magic?
Last week.
No, yeah. They
Did you hear anything of the conversation? He doesn't have his note. He didn't take any notes last week. I don't know if you had anything about his conversation with the military folks from last time.
I don't have that.
Oh, they said something
He-
about
He should have it though.
a prince. And
A count being crowned.
yeah, something like that.
Florin.
Count Rugen.
Yes, Ken.
Cameron.
I've been.
Rugen is going to
I've
be.
been a
He will be
smart
king
thing.
once he's
You
crowned.
had
Yeah.
the 7-pointed star.
No, that's them.
Oh, that's that.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
so you're the.
Foreign soldiers are in support of Count Rugen.
Yes.
They're going to consolidate his power, and he will be the new point of power.
Yes. He will be the king. He will be. He'll go from count to being king.
Alright.
Isn't there any prince? I don't know this.
Well, this is your conversation. So, what else do you want?
Yeah.
Frowny.
No.
I don't know. Do you have anything, Umara,
Anything what?
to ask them about anything?
Why did you come to talk to the military?
Just
was
to
you
see
looking
what
for?
was up in
We wanna.
Oh, we have great expansion plans. We're already consolidating new recruits. Somebody of your size could definitely be useful to our forces. Have you?
do you know who you're speaking to?
I assume that you're a Goliath, probably from that Mirror Vale area. There've been a couple of them that have come down here and volunteered.
You're speaking to the Goliath.
No, there were two others like a couple of weeks ago.
No, you don't understand. I am the Goliath. I am the king of Goliaths.
Oh, didn't recognize the royalty.
Peasant's garb.
What?
I have peasant's garb on.
Yes,
That's great.
you really look like a king. Of course, then I could call myself the king of Siam and wear a pointy hat, but does not make me so.
Now you know why I dress different.
So we can make fun of him.
You dress?
Now you notice why he carries a crown around in his bag. If nothing
Yeah.
else, he can throw on
You're
some
gonna have to make a crown for yourself.
a torque
A torque.
for the
Make your
torque.
flower crown.
Torque.
Okay.
Torque.
Good point. Yes. I may
Torque
have.
for the- a torque. for the
Anyway,
torque.
we have plenty of we don't discriminate against people of the sect gen persuasion, so you're more than welcome to join. And that's an insult.
Okay.
It
Just
is
for
an
clarification, if you didn't know, the Goliaths don't think of themselves
Okay.
as part of the sect gen.
So you're saying you're calling the king here a sect gen.
Now you're speaking
So
of yourself
you're-
in the third party. It sounds
Horde
to
of
me like you might
Horde.
have some mental issues. We might have to have you put in a cell or something.
This is just some guy, isn't it?
I happen to be a recruiter actually for the Red Veil forces of Count Rugen.
I have got nothing to prove to you now. If you, I have several questions.
Now you have questions?
Yes.
It's amazing how quickly I can get questions out of people just by insulting them.
So this city,
Florin, yes.
Have you come under attack? Why is this army here?
Oh, it's this is a contingent of the cavalry. It's being established as a way to enforce the king's rules across all of his realm.
What are the implications of this new king? What is he going to do?
He's going to reestablish the proper order of things.
I'm a foreigner. What is that?
Oh, things like curfew, population control for those of unsavory nature, cut back on criminal behavior, surrendering of ill-gotten gains by those that have gotten it by licentious means.
Which definition could be construed to be almost anything.
Oh no, not at all.
I'm not there.
Yes.
My character's just gonna
But
pretend.
for clarification,
understood that.
no, he would be very
So-
clear. We're not talking about anything that's just whimsical now and then or whatever the king wants. This will be a written code. The Florentine Code will be the law, and that will reestablish our right as realm to the human, the mortal preeminence, not only in the region, but in all of Nycos.
Tell me about your expansion plan.
Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to clean up those 2 or 3 outposts that claim to be others and put to silence the nonsense that they have some kind of right or claim to the property known as our world.
Oh, it just so happens I am part of a coalition that has that exact same goal in mind.
In that case, you'd probably be more than willing to join the king's army then.
I came here to discuss that with your leaders.
Excellent. I'm glad you've come to discuss that. I am a recruiter. Allow me to help you get set up with your
Do you
position
have any?
and station.
Do you have anyone? No, I'm not. I'm not joining you. I'm asking. Look, you don't understand.
Magic.
Gathering of
They
magic.
get.
We are the Gathering of Magic.
This is
We
a recruiter.
are
We need
an
to speak to someone higher up.
organization,
Oh my God.
Recruiting leaders to speak with the others.
Oh,
So we can
you're awfully beefy looking too. I imagine you'd probably be great with the sword in your hand.
We're gonna speak to someone higher up. This is a recruiter.
I have my own military base.
You have your own military base?
Yes.
Oh, and he's a king.
Yes.
Yes,
and I'm the Emperor Siam,
leaving.
and I wear a
I'm-
pointy
I'm-
hat.
News
I
going.
feel like the presence of him wearing a crown and me wearing wings gives a whole lot of validity to your guys' claims.
Yeah, I'm
doesn't get
going.
out here much, does it?
What's that?
News doesn't get out here much, does it?
What are you talking about?
He's a recruiter. We're gonna leave.
Do you know he's been very wise? This is just some lowly underling.
I know. I'm aware.
This isn't some anime where we have to prove everything to people lower than us, okay?
I yanked him and
Oh no, this is the anime we get to ignore all the little people, right?
I ushered him to leave the premises.
Okay. Well, enjoy your stay. Hope you eventually find your kingdom.
Hmm? Do you know anywhere like an embassy where I could speak to someone?
Well, there's the court, but only truly noble people would know that when you want to speak to the count, you'd go to the court of the count and actually set up an appointment with the herald to get permission to speak to him. But a commoner like yourself who walks
Do you have
around
that in
claiming to be
writing
a
for me?
king. Why would I have that in writing? It's established
So I don't
quid
invade.
pro quo. You
Alright.
don't invade by yourself. You're making my case for me.
I thought we were leaving.
I need to know how to speak to someone in charge
He's
here.
clearly in over his
Yeah,
head.
but he could tell me how to.
Yeah, but he clearly doesn't want to.
No, I told you what you need to do.
Oh,
All right, we're going
Go to the
heralds.
court, go to the castle, and find a herald and represent yourself as nobles. But I mean, he's just a country bumpkin. He's going to get thrown out of town anyway. No offense to you. I mean, you're traveling with this giant.
Again, he is the Torg of.
Yes, I get that.
I'm leaving.
You don't really.
You know,
I don't think I need to, but okay.
Sure, this isn't
If it
like
keeps-
home where killing people is not a felony. It's just frowned upon. You know.
Wow, you got some leadership there, Torg.
That was.
Again,
deep
can we
out of
please
character joke.
evacuate right now?
You're,
Because he's,
you're leaving. Okay, gotcha.
yeah, we're.
Okay, you too.
I'm not sticking around for this.
Gold bar?
The
High
news
end.
is worse and worse.
High end. Okay, so
He does
let me
get
get
you
my.
to slow down. Let's head back towards where we split off.
I think we're gonna have our own little thing to do when we get there.
I mean, we can keep our eyes open for them. I don't think telepathy still works, does it?
No, it's
Yeah.
still working.
Yeah, it's still up. It's still same day.
It's just that all this is
I
occurring
think, unless you have something pressing, I think we need to meet back together. This is going to everybody. There's some disturbing news about this place. And I
Let me give them the same amount of time you had though
Absolutely.
before you broadcast.
So that won't go out until after,
Until after.
he's
I get
done
you.
with you.
Yeah, because all this is going at the same time.
Yes.
Let's stop in here.
Wait until we're back on.
Oh shoot.
Back to concurrent time.
Your scene has faded to black.
Where are my inns? Where are my inns? Kingdom for an inn.
Salty chicken?
Exactly. Yes.
What? It's the name of it in. It's salty chicken.
You don't question a vanguard named Chicken Scratch, but
Yes.
Oh, you'll like this one.
Oh no.
Davros candle.
You're kidding me.
I'm not kidding you. The
What
Davros candle.
kind of name is that?
It's possessive. A guy named Davros had a candle.
Possessive. That's a bad word to use with Davros. Right?
It's kind of an important term.
This is a
Walk in and say 9 hells.
High
3 times.
end. High end place.
Walk in and say 9 hells 3 times.
I
Do we really want to go this one?
I mean, we need
Down the street, there's one that's a little rougher. It's called the Mad Hangman.
As I look and I turn to him and I go, well, there's that one with shady characters down that way, or this one with the creepy name.
I guess we'll go with this one.
And I
Okay, so you walk in. There's a four-piece chamber or a quartet. Obviously, 4 pieces of this quartet performing some light music. The maitre d' is dressed in kind of a pale orange, orangish rust-colored outfit, broad lapels, a lily, the pop-in space. Good evening. How may I help you?
yes, emissaries from Cauldron and
And
Cauldron.
are you do you have a reservation?
Currently, we just got into town.
Oh, we do have a rather busy crowd tonight. Of course, there's always a possibility that there would be places available in certain circumstances.
Oh, of
He
course.
taps the table several times.
Of course. And I look at Jace.
Of course, you look at Jace.
Let's go ahead and put down 52 gold.
52 gold.
So that's high end.
Yes, but clicking
Click
out
the-
52 coins. Click, 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 click,
Yeah.
click,
Do
click.
these the
it's in
circumstances?
fives, and then it's just the last two.
I know, but it's a. Have you ever
Yeah.
stacked money?
Yeah.
He
It's mildly amusing.
goes, yes. I do believe I can find your table. Near the window, or are you looking for a paranoid corner?
The corner.
Yes. So when you walk in, you find this inn. You can tell this is a fine establishment because there are 9 or 10 corners in this restaurant where they built it so that you can sit with your back against the wall, looking out into the main. And each one of them has a little sign above it: YOPC, Ye Old Paranoid Corner.
Thank you. This will do
Uh,
quite nicely.
Yes, and do keep your voices down. There are several other people near you who think they got the best seat in the house, and clearly you did.
Thank you.
Kifan will be with you momentarily. She'll be taking care of your order. Do maintain your generosity, gentlemen. I wouldn't want to sully the reputation of Cauldron. We did have a certain difficulty with a group known as the Flashing Blades, who made rather bad faux pas when they were last here.
Those are,
Those youngins.
yes, from upper class, but no class kind of people.
It sounded like you're dying.
He's having a stroke.
That was probably the best Rick Moranis noble I've ever heard. Next time you come upstairs and do the 60-minute workout in 20 minutes. Okay, so a little bit later, this. Well, you can tell.
So-
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, what me and him want to do is enhance our abilities to listen and perceive in all manners of conversation.
So in other words, you're going to do a little bit of the minor table hopping, not necessarily actually sitting down at other people's tables, but sitting near other people when you can. Okay, so your table is still set up for you, but there are plenty of other places. The worst thing about having a restaurant with a lot of paranoid corners in it means there's a lot of open spaces where you could just sit down near people. So with that, go ahead and make your perception check for the first wave of conversation.
Yay.
Or is it just
So, with you, or do you have your own?
no?
Oh yeah.
That kind of work.
Okay, so with you, I'm gonna instill with Owl's wisdom.
Nice.
That is advantage.
Advantage on all wisdom.
Until he checks. Oh, well, that's a nat 20 for a 34.
Hey.
Nice.
With myself. Oh. Unnatural 20.
Okay, so I'll deal with Jay's first. Conversation you'll focus in on is a young woman. Her demeanor gives you puts you in mind of thinking about a place of placidity and peace. She has wide blue eyes that are deep blue, like water of a lagoon. Thick, straight black hair worn in a style that is embellished with several colors of trailing ribbons. She is short for her race, which is human. Her skin is deeply tanned. She has somewhat of a domed forehead, thin lips. Her wardrobe is unusual in that it is multi-layered and includes a lot of different styles of cloth, but all of them are gray.
What color?
Grays, just different shades of gray. The conversation she's having with the gentleman alongside her has to do with, well, she apparently loathes nobility. So she's one of these people that has this self-disgust. I can't believe the people that live in this place. They're all so rich. They spend their money on nothing. They're not useful for anything. If I found a way, I would take from them all that they have. It apparently, she is in the employ of an alchemist who is trying to find a cure to something. Apparently it's something that has started to affect people of a magical nature that has been stripping them of their power.
Oh.
You're not really sure whether she's asking about it in terms of trying to find a cure, or whether she may be trying to find a way to harness the power that's being lost. With all the gray in her clothing, that kind of gives itself a hint. Because you rolled so well, her name is Harolas. Harollass. First name is Helga. And she's from Tirkun. Tirkun. Far to the west. All right. With your natural 20,
Unnatural.
your natural 20. Unnatural 20. Unnatural 20. There's a. I can tell you why she caught your attention. She has like a powdery. That's a weird way to describe it. Powdery granite-looking eyes. So it's deep gray, but speckles in the eyes. Her silky straight black hair is medium length, and she hasn't adorned it in any fashion whatsoever. She's tall and thin, very pale. She has high cheekbones, and her wardrobe is as monotone as the gray, only in various shades of blue. And apparently she hasn't been out of training even a month yet, but is already on the trail of one of the world's most deadly villains. She wishes her handlers had listened to her when she said she heard voices in her head. The thing that's really funny, she's sitting alone. So she's muttering about how her master should have listened to her, but she sounds like she's talking to people that aren't there.
Probably has an AirPod left here.
No. More importantly, the name that she drops, she's looking for somebody named Volantra.
Not again.
And about this time, you guys said you were going to walk into an inn. Just roll a percentage dice for me. There's so many inns in this town. The odds of you walking back in is going to be less than 10%. No, less than 5%.
So
So roll percentage dice.
percentage dice.
And unless you roll less than a not 5, you're not walking into this inn.
Wait, are we not gonna go contact the constabulary first to talk about the people writhing on the ground in there?
It's time for a drink.
Well, she said she was headed for a bar, so I think maybe she doesn't give them much
Right now,
credence.
I don't trust anybody.
Okay.
I don't trust each other.
Okay, I'll follow your lead.
Yeah.
Ooh, close. We're in the same part of town.
Yeah,
16.
16?
16.
Oh, 16, that's right, 16.
Ah.
Really close.
What was that name of that other restaurant? I'll put you in that one. That's
Salty chicken?
the Hanged.
It's
The Mad Hangman.
Yes.
Okay. So when she runs in the door, you're looking up at the sign, and it's actually this basically a person in a Mad Hatter's hat.
Can we go into another one?
Yeah.
I don't like this
She
one.
does look in.
Okay. Well, when you look in, there are a lot of open tables, and music being played is a person with a concertina that's got a couple of buttons broken, so can't hit all the notes.
Maybe they won't follow us in because they don't think we would go into a place like this.
Okay, let's go on and see if we can find a better place.
Wait, okay, that was okay. That was a good idea? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
I
No, he
didn't
was-
like
he-
the look of it. The Hangman? Mad Hatter?
Well, I guess we'll find a booth.
Not here.
Not here?
She actually said that was she said that was a good idea, but she actually was saying it was a bad idea. What she's saying is, I don't want to go in here.
Oh, you don't want to go in here.
No, I don't want to go.
Okay, then where do you want to go?
Let's go down the street and see if we see or smell something better.
And since you're so close, now it's a 50% chance you actually walk into their bar.
Do it.
51 or more, you don't.
That would be great.
That'd be pretty funny.
Ah, well, it's 29.
There you go. So as you walk in, the gentleman standing at the door, very effete, dressed in rust in red, rust in orange. Yes, how may I help you? Do you have a reservation?
Don't.
A reservation for what?
For a seat here.
That's how Innsbruck?
Wonder if we stand.
There is a bar, but there is a cover charge.
And what is the cover charge for the bar?
Well, the standing room really depends on how. I don't know.
Are you okay? Do you have like a twitch?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay.
Because if you need a priest, we can take care of that.
Yeah, we could fix that if you have one.
I see. Well, just please wait here one moment, and I will go and check.
Okay.
And while they're waiting, I broadcast, why is everybody here weird?
I don't know.
After a few minutes, that guy doesn't come back, but a guy that's as big as Cord, or nearly as big as Cord, very pragmatic face, tusks to the corner of his mouth. I'm sorry, the boss says you gotta go.
Why?
There's no place at the bar for any of your kind.
What about at a table?
Apparently, you didn't understand the shorthand version of you gotta pay to play, so you gotta go.
Okay, wait a moment. What do we have to pay?
I don't know what the going rate is. Some
How
people
about I give you 10 gold?
that'll get you a standing room for you. 10 for him too. By the way, those wings are really pretty. You want to sell them?
It's fair.
I like lean on the door first.
20 gold?
Okay, you pay you 20 gold.
Right. Standing room. Follow me.
Okay.
I'm serious about the wings, though.
No, you're not.
You can't be because you can't take them off.
Oh wow! Trust me. Trust me. We can get them off.
Don't let him use his imagination, okay?
What imagination? She says in Soto Point.
Okay.
Alright, where are we going
So
now?
no matter what you guys try to do, when you walk in, you don't see them per se, but you'll see the tops of the wings go by.
Yeah.
See it
It's like
to the bar.
very light.
There's
around
nobody
the-
else.
Wait a minute.
Whispering in Gnomish. Is that? I think that's. Ralgrim,
Yes.
what bar are you at?
What's this bar called again?
I don't know. We walked in.
Here,
here tonight.
look up at the guy.
What's this bar?
What's the name of this
Candle.
place?
Something.
Yeah,
Davros
Davros-
Candle.
The Davros candle.
Davros Campbell? How did you know we were in a bar?
You're glowing. You're showing.
You always glow.
You look
Don't-
around.
Don't
It's not-
look conspicuous.
Don't.
please.
It's
Oh,
not what?
please.
It's
He does. He
what?
totally looks conspicuously.
Is it not? Does it go through walls? I thought it just stopped at walls.
Just yes. Just please don't blow our cover.
What?
You have friends close to you.
Oh,
Just please.
can we? Are we not? Can we not
'Kay.
sit together? I've had a really rough day.
Just sit at the bar. We're
Okay.
No, we have standing room only.
oh,
Oh,
even
It says
better.
Mary. 10 gold for each to stand.
Just gather what information you can.
Is
the
this
bar.
a broadcast?
The bar.
Okay.
Yes, this is being broadcast.
We
Do
stand.
we go there? Since we heard the name?
You can. I'm gonna go to the court and see if I can reserve a spot to talk to the nobility.
I'm gonna follow because I don't want you. Yeah, sure, I'll follow.
So Cord,
For small
the
creatures.
Lord of Mirrorvale, also known as the Torg of
Mhm.
Mirrorvale. So Torg of Mirrorvale, Cord,
Lord Gord.
Lord Cord of Cord is going to the court to talk to the court of this nation.
Talk to the count of the court.
Count to the court of this nation.
You better go with them.
Yeah.
Count of the court of Florin.
Yeah.
Not to add the.
I'd much prefer you
No
guys
more
come
alliteration
here
there or anything.
and listen to our information first. Maybe we can all go.
You
One
can.
king, 2 kings, and the next
listen.
10.
How about I go reserve our spot first and then come to you guys?
That sounds like a great idea.
Great idea.
Uh,
Yeah,
but
don't
just
make
that.
it-
Let's all not convene in a building. I get a little paranoid.
That's why you're in the paranoid corner.
Don't look.
There is
at
seating for 6, but
I like to briefly check my corner to make sure it's not.
well, across the way there is a rather swarthy individual sitting in a darkened booth area. All you can see is the light of his pipe.
Ooh.
His long, stringy hair hangs down around his face, his piercing eyes staring at you unblinkingly. All right,
I am a
what do you have? The person that comes over to wait on you. Probably
No.
about.
Wait. No, he was going to the court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I mean you guys.
Oh.
Looked at him, I meant you guys.
So.
Oh,
What are you having?
what do you have?
Oh, we have all of the regionals. We have top of the morning. We have. Let me find my list. Well, that's not normally an afternoon drink, but some people get started late. I can get you some Hobbit's Revenge. Got some Candy Slammers, Captain's Grog. What's your flavors?
You have cider.
Cider. Well, I don't have anything called that, but I can get you something that's kind of like it. Kind of got an appley flavor.
How about wine?
Wine.
An elven wine?
Eldrin wine? Sure. Better put the color of your coin on the table. It's 100 gold pieces a bottle.
Oh, forget it. Let's try something a little simpler.
A little simpler. Perhaps water in a dirty glass.
No, clean glass.
I kid. I'm a kidder.
Brandy.
Brandy. All right. No, my name's Elga. No, just kidding.
You know, I am being very rude. I'm Mary, and you said your name was?
Oh, Charlie.
Charlie. It's a pleasure to meet you. Actually, I'd like something light to drink, not too strong alcoholic.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
I'm not terribly expensive. It was expensive enough to walk in here.
What? You don't realize where you are. This is where all the people hang out. This is, people come from miles and miles around town just to be here because they have a chance to see the Count or one of his.
Cool.
One of his what?
Yes, men, kept men,
Oh,
made men, depending on how you call it. Yes, I can get you a bottle of slurry for 5 silver.
what's slurry?
Well, when you get to the bottom of the wine keg, you get to what is normally called the dregs. But we have a magician do a little trick on it, and it keeps out the seeds and makes it passable.
Okay, no, I like something up from that.
Okay.
Maybe in a gold or 2 gold, but not 100 gold.
Oh, no, I totally understand. You asked for Eldrin wine. That was the reason for the higher price, because quite frankly, it's awfully hard to import that, what with the tariffs and such. I can get you a bottle of, what's the name of that new vintage? We got the new vintage from Cauldron. You guys have the name, the one that's on the shoulder in the mansion that you used to live in.
Yeah, it would be
Think
like
about
an
it.
orange wine, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make
And,
it be cheaper at home.
We do have a special on.
He's not there.
I keep asking him. I was going to offer him some
He's still
soup.
not there.
Still not there. All right, so you go to the court.
There.
One of the courtiers is standing out front. Red veil, cloak, big sign that says information. As you approach, you see he's Sec Gen
Okay, I like move.
of Goat Persuasion.
Already.
And there as well.
Hello.
Hello.
Do you know where
You don't introduce yourself. I'm Billy. Your name is
Torg Cord of Cord?
Great. Can I call you Cord just to be short?
Shred.
So Cord short for Torg, Lord of Cord.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent.
Poor Lord. Poor
and,
Lord.
State your business.
I'm here representing a group of people.
Most people that come to the court are representing usually a group of people.
All right. Yep. I'm representing several groups of people. In fact.
I see. So you're forming a coalition of groups.
Uh-huh.
So you're representing a coalition
Mm-hmm.
of groups.
Are we a confederacy?
I wouldn't
No.
know, sir. I'm.
No,
You're just
No.
calling the
You
gathering.
didn't do this.
So
You
now-
didn't do this.
No,
You did it
that's
out
not a
loud.
character.
Ah.
That's not-
Do this.
He used a normal voice.
Are we
He was using
a
his
confederacy
Sam
or a
voice.
coalition?
I don't know what either of those words mean.
Whatever.
Wait a
I
moment.
represent, yes,
A
a
coalition.
coalition of groups of people, and I would like to talk to the officials here.
Of course. Administrative, executive, legislative, judicial.
Executive.
I see. And is this in reference to issues economic, martial,
Marshall.
civil
We're-
defense?
You
Transit?
could call it a civil
Trade?
offense.
Civil defense.
No, he said offense. You could call it a civil offense. We're here about
No, civil defense.
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 Yes, civil defense. Yes, that's
Okay.
Others.
Local, city,
global.
global civil defense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, there seems to be some kind of a disconnect. Civil suggests
We're here
local.
to talk about
The others.
the others.
I'm sorry, we don't accept religious conversations on this
No,
level.
no. Is the candle in the sky? Can you see it from here?
There is a candle in the sky, yes.
We're here to talk about them and the threat they pose.
That's a religious artifact hanging in the sky.
This is a martial concern.
Uh-oh.
I'm there.
She's
I'm
actually
there as well.
Hmm?
I follow
She's
Ford.
there.
I'm there as well.
Yeah, no, I know.
And I said, this is regarding a martial concern.
It is
No,
not.
It
we don't.
is- There are thousands of people about to land on
Land,
there.
land on what?
Here.
Land
Here.
where?
This planet.
They don't know
We've
yet.
not had any spies referring to any nautical assaults, nor do we have any understanding of any armies marching against us at this point.
Which is why we need to discuss.
Or is it,
the
are you
executive-
heralds of the threat itself?
No.
We are against the threat. We are from Cauldron City.
No.
I show my insignia from
And you have this knowledge based on what?
research and actual occurrences.
Personal experience.
So you have
Contact.
Contact.
historical documentation.
No, I have experience and contact with
Directly.
directly from people that have already landed.
So you're a prophet.
No.
Do you we can arrange some other sort of meeting that's not about this, but then bring this up. Would that be better for your little bureaucracy you've got going on here?
I'm kind of offended that you suggest bureaucracy. That happens in other kingdoms. It certainly doesn't happen in a regimented, uniform structure like ours.
Well, you don't. You don't seem to have
Glad I'm not
a.
here.
You don't. Billy was it? You don't seem to have a category for.
You know
our
what?
concern.
You know what? I will put you down for common class. There is a discussion period where people can bring their issues before a representative of the crown.
Sounds good to me.
Would that be acceptable?
That's all we're gonna get.
Excellent. That will be happening later today or tomorrow, which would be better for you.
Later
All right,
today
you
or
got an
tomorrow?
audience or so with the
Later today or
Administration.
tomorrow? What do you want? Sooner
An
than later.
audience with somebody that represents the crown.
today or tomorrow.
Later today or tomorrow.
Let's go today.
Let's go
Okay,
today.
today will work.
All right. Well, that will be starting in about an hour. Listen for the clarion call. You can't miss it.
It's in an hour.
4 longs and a short.
Then we
I
best.
relay
Oh, that will also be in the west courtroom.
Okay.
I relay everything.
Make sure that at least somebody has a pen and a parchment.
Okay.
Oh, and can any of you sing in the key of G?
Of course.
Okay, I get it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, we don't need that. Just playing with you. You're from out of town. I get this. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I gotta have a few minutes of levity in my day. So.
Alrighty.
All right.
Billy the Mutton to be.
Wow.
Red Veil Sec Gen.
Jeez, dude.
And then
That's
I
the right idea.
broadcast the information.
Okay.
Oh, I need a place to change my clothes.
Right. I guess.
So I at least more.
Then you can
presentable.
regather in your.
I guess we
Reconvene.
need to.
Head over there.
Well, hold on. So the two of us sit down in our corner. Man, those others sure need to be taken care of. Am I right, my good friend?
Absolutely.
What is
They
happening?
seem like a threat.
If only others would stand up and voice their opinion.
And he bursts out laughing. I'm sorry. I can't keep a straight face. It's too funny.
Best bardic performance ever.
What is happening?
Can I put up a scorecard for performance?
Yeah, over the wall between the
Standing
walk-ins, little letters 3.5, 9.1.
And with that performance, we walk away and I look to see if
Oh.
anyone's looking.
When you look back, the guy at the smoking corner, all that's left is a little pile of ash in the ashtray.
Snort it, coward. That's who you follow.
Wait.
Shout
I'm
him,
sorry, say
shout
all
him
that
from
again?
shout him from the other side of the wall. No, he's not even here.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to reconvene together before you go to
So-
the meeting.
Yeah.
So as we're walking out, we go and we see the bar and we see them at it and they're standing and they have like really crude
Simple glasses.
symbol glasses.
I haven't even been offered anything to drink. I'm just standing there, like scratching my head, looking
Oh,
around.
no,
like, what
it
No,
is
doesn't
this?
no,
matter.
you're offered drinks.
Oh.
I gave you your choice from the menu. Got a lot of.
Hey, whatever.
Would you like to see the menu?
Just move on.
No. I think you should have to see the menu. I think that's one of the punishments of having to come into this place.
Water and
We go and we see the maitre d' and we go, oh, thank you for such a great time, sir. Please remember us.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Hope to have you back again anytime you want. Feel free to. Of course, remember to ask for Clifford.
Oh, yes.
Who's cheaper?
Who's cheaper? We do not pride ourselves on our cheapness. We can look at the menu list too. Oh, it's for them. Yeah.
Next time I'm bringing my own bottle.
I don't like being gray. I feel like I might live here or something because there's so many gray people. All right, but you guys all get back to your inn and have a few minutes before you have to go to your meeting.
I change into my house colors
Okay.
and my haircut.
I'll keep the green
I
on.
have actual.
And
like,
she's got armor and
family
weapons.
colors and a uniform. or
Okay.
dress.
But you guys
You're
said
gonna-
you wanted to talk before you.
You're gonna bring weapons
Yeah,
to the
listen.
head of the
First
court?
of all,
No.
worm.
I'm like
tongue
taking home my
eater.
take-home menu. I'm like, what
What is this?
is this madness?
Tongue eater is here, and they are treating him like a god.
It's a drinking list. It's just a bunch
Yes.
Wait, tongue eater
It's
is
a bar list.
here?
Yeah, they see him as their god.
Leaders here?
He's coming, and they're all. And Robin disintegrated this goblin. That
Didn't
wasn't-
you kick his
goblin.
ass before? Is
What-
it tongue eater
why?
gone?
Why do you mortals have such complicated drinks?
Oh, they're great.
They're for fun.
To take the edge off monotony.
Ridiculous.
You remember
what we
that
do when
bubbly
we're
feeling
not
that you were
adventuring.
having earlier?
Okay,
So about this
That's
goblin.
why.
I went inside the temple. There's a 7-pointed star, and they have words like royalty and fidelity, and I copied them all down. And if you need the rundown exactly, but there was a sect-gen choir singing in chant, and then there was somebody else who was gargling in his throat, some sort of tune gargle. But he was all by himself in blue, and they were all in kind of like ochre yellow. And then there was a bunch of people there too, watching them from the center, and there was like 7 rayed stars around the area. And they were kind of like in one of the fronts of the stars, and then the people were sort of in the center, so they could kind of look around at the different ones. Anyway, there's 2 kids that approaches us because I left Ralgrim with his shiny wings up a little bit back. And I came back to him, but as I did, 2, well, it looked like children,
Yeah.
approached him. And you might as well tell your story.
One of the they look like, what are those bunny people? Laparine?
Laparine.
Laparine, thank you. They talked about that god that you were talking about, which technically really isn't a god considering location, like overall. But anyway, one of them clarified that they were actually a goblin, and clarified again that they had the other one in thrall, and that they're going to eat the other one later.
Sorry, goblin?
Goblin?
Goblin.
What color was he wearing?
I think blue.
Did he drop a name?
Atherton.
I start like
Clenching.
clenching and just like
He actually wanted me to tell you something, but I don't think it's a good idea to tell you this thing anymore.
that's probably a smart idea.
Okay.
Hilarious. But for your safety, you probably shouldn't.
Alright. He
And
also.
then I'm just like,
So
But hilarious.
in a
that's
moment of panic, and I apologize for this immensely, I may have disintegrated him.
Yay!
Wait, that's a good thing?
I have mixed
Yes.
feelings about that
You-
because I wanted to be the one to do it.
Is it?
But-
Was
don't
it
You might
a
want
goblin?
to. We might also touch on what the
I didn't
local
get a
said.
real good chance to look
Oh,
at
we're
the
getting
goblin.
After that, the little one got mad because we killed its enthraller, which is normal. She did some weird, like, paralysis trick by picking me up from the back of the neck. I've never seen that before. And then it
Oh, did she
spazzed.
grab her by the scruff?
Yeah,
Yeah, that happened.
that's a thing?
Yeah.
Weird. Anyway, after that, it, like, grew a hand tail thing, started attacking
They
us, and
don't
said...
usually do that.
No, they don't?
No.
No, I thought that was
Well, I
normal.
turned into this lizard-like,
Thing with a hand.
mastiff-sized thing with 4 legs and the hands.
It's never
Right.
lizard-like. It's
And then-
it was feral. It was
And-
a
and
beast. It
then
was
after
never,
that-
never,
A beast.
never a
It-
lizard.
It said something about releasing the magic, or go forth and release the magic, or something along that wording.
Release the magic, gain its power.
Free-
Release the magic,
It's free the magic, release the power.
Yeah.
free the magic, release the power.
And then
Whatever that means.
after I killed it,
You did what?
well, I killed it in one blow.
You murdered
Wow.
a small child?
I mean,
No.
it had
I
It
mean,
transformed.
wasn't.
Feral.
At that time, it was a beast with 4 legs and it was on the ground and
Oh my
attacked
God.
me.
Every 5 legs, 4 legs in a tail.
Small leopardine child cleaved in half in the middle of that.
Yeah, what the
jungle.
What?
frick?
What?
Well, that's what it turned
No,
out.
no, it wasn't a leoparding child. It was a rabbit.
Oh, okay. Well, that's slightly better. We left a
You
rabbit
left
It was just a rabbit.
cleaved in hoe.
You killed a rabbit? Just a rabbit?
I
You
did
didn't bring it
rabbit.
home for lunch?
Ew.
What, am
It's
I
a
the only one
coney.
here offended by that?
Offended by
It's a
not bringing
waste
home
of good
rabbit?
food.
It almost ate us, and it had weird silvery blood.
What?
What?
Yes.
And you
Wait,
didn't
that's
bring...
also not normal?
Vex.
No.
It had
I
Vex.
thought
How many
different
of
animals had
that?
like different colors of blood.
No.
He thought
Oh.
Well,
he
sometimes
grabbed me
it's
out
not
of there
that.
and we.
But
I don't know
Here,
how.
you didn't bring home any of that Vex?
I was going to, but he grabbed me and we were gone.
What's Vex?
Vex is
Magic.
magic.
Magic is magic.
It's pure
Remember that
magic.
little
The
thing
concentrated
that he was
magic.
playing with?
I
It's
make
a
a
silver liquid.
minor illusion with a
Yes.
silver liquid.
Okay.
Remember that thing we? Oh wait, you don't. Never mind. What am I talking about?
I'm so-
I think
okay.
I've been.
Ruin me.
I think I've
No,
been
no,
on
no.
planet for like 4 days now.
Okay, you haven't been. That's
We've had this conversation. I get it. You all remember me from before. Clearly, there's evidence of me being here before. But as far as I know, I've only been here for
I understand.
eight days.
I understand.
Okay.
I'm
So-
sorry.
Right.
Oh, so Vex is the magic essence
You hear
consolidated.
screaming in the streets and
Oh,
howls.
and then there was all the screaming and howling. in the
Is that
streets.
familiar?
Yeah,
Does that ring a bell?
No, now.
It's happening right now.
Oh,
You mean like
we
that?
also had screaming and hollering.
Even like
What?
that.
That's happening right now. We're not recounting
Outside,
past events anymore.
outside.
We should go. I think we should go
Is
outside.
that you?
I told her we should go to a constabulary, and she's
Is
like,
this
no,
going to-
we should go to an inn first.
Is this
But I
going to
followed
cut
along
into our
with her.
reservation?
I don't know what Oh, that reservation.
An hour.
Maybe. Let's go
Oh,
walk
God.
outside.
We have an hour.
Look, just looking out in the streets, you see probably 20 of those creatures they're describing. These bestial things with extra hands, and
What did
they're
you do?
just they're killing people, throwing out round the pieces, shrieking. Soldiers are fighting against them in the streets.
Oh, we better go.
What did you do?
We only. It was
Damn it.
self-defense.
Just
Kind
you
of.
do
And
something about this.
and in the midst of that, go ahead and make a quick perception check.
Well, they were attacking Rogram. I had to find it.
Are you still
I
concentrating?
kind of got
I
it.
had to pour the giant bowl of flaming demon entrails on myself.
What?
It was self-defense. Huh?
What?
Anybody above a 15?
Oh,
I
we
still
doing
have to
initiative?
roll.
Are
Sure.
we rolling initiative as a group?
Nope.
No.
No,
Perception.
perception check.
Oh.
Nope.
No plus 6. Okay.
I have a 14.
It's about 15, so it's fine.
Anybody above 15 notices that the candle is no longer lit at one end, but there are fires coming out of it all the way around.
Oh, no.
Supplemental note of that while we deal with.
Did you do this?
And the candle seems to be getting wider, even as you're watching.
Wider
Wider?
or whiter?
Wider.
W-I-D-E-R.
Is it also getting
that
longer,
means it's
too?
coming closer.
No.
It's coming closer. It's coming down.
Well, no, if it was getting closer, it would be getting larger in all scale, but it's not. It's actually widening. Instead of being like a quarter of an inch across, it's about a half of an inch across.
I think it's landing.
Oh, I don't know yet.
I don't know how this.
Like I
You're
said,
right.
there's little jets of fire coming out all the way around it.
Then they're blasting things off of it. That gives us the impression, maybe.
Out in the middle of the street is a gnome, completely shaven, wearing just a simple brownish shift tied with a white belt. He's holding a sign above his head as he walks down the street slowly. The sign reads, "It has begun."
Okay. There's going to be catastrophe all over the place. But let's see what we can do to help the Triumphant's people outside, please.
So you're gonna just start rounding the beasts, or
Yeah.
you keeping track of your appointment because you're coming up on it in less than an hour?
I'm gonna first run over to one of the beasts and attempt to grab it.
Yeah,
Okay.
poke with the stick.
So now you have to roll initiative. You're gonna go into engage them. Who are you all engaging?
I'm engaging.
Are we cleaning up the
Okay.
streets?
Yes.
I need you to make that appointment.
You know, as long as it doesn't cut into our appointment.
Natural one.
Oh no!
Or
Oh wait, I did
two
advantage.
of us.
Yes, you do.
I want someone to
Remember.
go with me.
That's
'cause I don't
20.
wanna be in court.
Wow.
A natural one that
So
did
natural 20.
Not
Nice.
bad.
So
I
that's
I need someone to go with me to court.
I'll go.
21.
I have a whole 13.
You two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are not engaging. You're actually trying to avoid this stuff to make it to the appointment on
Yeah,
time.
I
Please don't blow up the city.
I'll try.
Hey, I figured out I have a spell that can make people go faster.
Oh.
And I can cast it on 2 people at once.
Ooh.
Is
Really
it
fun.
Hasty.
haste?
Who are our
Yes,
slower
I
people?
think. And I twin cast haste on the both of us.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so the rest of you rolled initiative.
Oh,
Yep.
damn it. As usual.
Anybody above a 20?
Got a 3, so 7.
21.
I also have
So
7.
we're trying to make it to the
Want to
appointment.
go first? Or
Yeah, us
you?
two.
You,
Oh,
you
okay.
guys,
They're going.
Okay.
You're
Sure.
in the city.
you guys
Okay, then
stay behind.
I'll-
yeah, you got magic stuff to do, man.
Pull
Okay.
up.
I
grab
Since
them all.
you've been there, you'll have to lead the way.
So
Try
you're
to-
just
What?
going to try to smack one of them?
No,
Are you
I'm
trying to
staying-
subdue
I'm
them, or
staying
are you
here.
trying to kill them?
I'm just trying
My
to subdue
ability
them.
to like
Okay.
do stuff in
Non-lethal.
court is
Yeah,
like
non-lethal.
non-existent.
Okay.
Alright, so
Okay, and are you working in coordination with the authorities in the Red Veil uniforms? So you're
Yes.
kind of guiding. What they're trying to do is capture these things in cages.
okay, so what essentially I'm gonna try to do is like I'm gonna try to weaken them, so not weaken.
Okay, so the issue is that if you're going to help them, you basically are. It's not a matter of hitting or not really per se. You're going to use your 2-hit roll to determine whether or not you successfully captured one.
Okay, yeah, okay, I'll do that.
To subdue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just
so
gonna
that would
try and
be-
pick
oh,
up and-
that's what that means. Okay.
Yeah.
So then I would just be adding my attack bonus.
Just like you're going to hit, it's just that you're not dealing with lethal damage.
Got
It's
it.
just that if you hit, you successfully captured one.
All right, 16.
There you go, captured one.
All right, extra attack.
Okay, you're going to try for 2. She's industrious.
15.
There you go. She gets 2 of them. 2 in one blow. There you
And I
go.
go to the red guys and I'm like, where do you want these?
They open a cage and just toss them in. And there's only hundreds more, so thanks for all the help. Oh, by the way, put your mark in the book for every one that you do. There's a bounty on these things.
Okay.
You gonna help?
Mhm.
Okay, you're at 7 though, right? Anybody
Yeah.
else? Miri, action?
No, I'm going with you guys.
Okay.
What?
No.
Aren't we all running?
No.
No. It's just that
Us?
us two. Be heroes here,
Yeah.
so we can be diplomats there.
Okay, we're running.
What? No, you're
No,
staying.
we're
staying.
Be heroes here, so we.
My Cauldron and I will do the.
You know all those people that are injured?
Her.
The council.
She will do healing.
There we go.
And then I also.
Okay.
told
So for
you
clarification,
guys
Miri,
that
just so
these
you
things
understand what's
are
going on, these beast-like creatures are attacking the city from within, and the local guards are rounding those things up and put them in cages, and then your job would be basically to help heal the people that were attacked. So, go ahead and burn off whatever spell you're going to use to heal somebody. And just track the levels of spells.
Okay. What she's
Each-
going to do is kind of use the triage thing,
Sure,
where she's just going to stabilize them. And
that's fine. So you're just going to cantrip all day long?
Yeah,
Okay.
cantrip to stabilize them. Unless I find somebody who's really bleeding out, then I'll use.
Sure. So roll a d20 for me, just so we have a number for relative injuries you're dealing with. Unless you roll a 20, you won't have to cast any spells. Everything will be cantrips.
No, 17.
Okay, so they're fine. Cord?
Oh, Kush is before me.
No, Kush.
I don't have my player's handbook.
And everything time she
Right
says
there.
it, she says in the name of Meredith.
Nice. Of course you do.
So
course you
I drop my concentration on him.
Okay.
Uh,
You stopped thinking about your friend Jace?
I stopped thinking about
Is
him.
that what I heard? You're,
Yeah.
you're not thinking about him anymore?
No. Sorry.
I think that may be the only time ever that you haven't thought about it.
Okay, that's on there.
Listen, it's the first step of moving on.
If you know her persuasion.
He'll only break your heart
It's the
anyway.
second step. The first step is admitting you have problems.
Yeah.
So because I break that concentration, I'm going to do Wrath of Nature.
Okay.
Oh shit.
60-foot cube.
Uh-huh.
Wait, is this spell? Wait, what is this?
We're trying to capture him, dude.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, okay.
So grasses and undergrowth, which I assume is underneath.
There'd be some.
Yeah. All of that becomes difficult terrain.
Okay.
So it slows them down a bit. However,
hinder both the rescuers and otherwise because you can't control who it affects, right? It's just area effect.
Yeah, it's just area effect. But roots and vines restrain
Everybody.
creatures.
So it would also hinder and help both.
I'm doing what I can.
I know.
Doing what I can, bro.
Hey, and it's neutral. It's like, I'm only helping somebody.
Just trying to restrain as
I got
many
you.
of the
Got you.
beasts.
Slow
and
this whole thing down.
as I look at the ones that are like fleeing, it's okay. I'm with nature.
Nice. Okay, and what's the area effect again?
60-foot cube.
60-foot cube. So roll percentage dice minus 30 on the die. 11 minus 30, so it doesn't catch anybody the first round. The whole point is that the most it's going to catch is one person per 10 foot or per cube. So, but that first round they kind of skip around it. When you think about it, you got to build to cause the undergrowth to grow a bit because it is a very organized city. The streets are clean and they trim back everything. Since we haven't noticed the fact that their secondary color is white, if you remember on their emblems, it's red and white.
I did not.
Okay, and now the creatures do their worst, and I'll roll for. Well, good news is that really ineffective that round. They don't hurt anybody, and back to the top of the order.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I got 2 crits. And will a 23 hit? That's my lowest.
Of course.
Okay. So I get 5.
Nice. Grabs them all by the tails, holds them like this, and carries them over and drops them in the cage, squealing. Rah, rah, rah. Make your mark.
Oh, yeah.
I marked.
Tally, tally.
Or Tally.
And
You can
that
write
one's
your
just
name.
gonna take.
Cord.
Yeah. All right, round 2. You guys are ahead of court.
Yeah,
things.
we're Hastings, so we're probably moving.
You'll be moving pretty fast. I'll get back to you as quick as I can. Round 2 for you guys on the ground.
I keep on healing.
Yep.
The ones that will heal more are the soldiers, so they
Yeah,
go back
no,
to
I get it.
fighting.
I get it.
But for the citizens, it'll be triage.
Go ahead and make your second round of
Sure.
gathering them up.
Up.
Those thingies, those critters.
Okay, that's a 26.
Yep.
That's 20. Modified.
Yep. So he grabs 2 of them, drags them over, dumps them in the bin.
Go back for more.
Went back for some more. Miri? She's
Yes.
doing her healing, so roll 20-sided just to see if anybody critical.
Okay. 10.
Nope, you're doing fine holding up your end of the bargain. The
Okay.
soldiery is greatly appreciative of the Green Veil being here. See, that'd be your action. Roll another percentage dice.
Yeah.
This time only minus 20.
So 89 minus 20.
Oh, you grab 60 of them. You can't hold any more than 60, so you're encumbering. And that high number means that you didn't catch any of the soldiery, so you're going to help round up that many dudes, so you'll be able to put your mark. It'll take a couple of rounds to count it all, but so it makes you
So I get 60.
60 of them.
And my mark.
You're just holding them. You're not going to get to count them. The most you can count is 5 per round, so put 5 down.
Okay.
And you just got to sit there and concentrate and hold the spell while it.
I'm not even gonna
At
try.
all.
There's hundreds of these things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, let's see if
What's
I can
worse? What's worse is
3.
What's worse is you're seeing it happen as SecGen walking down the street, getting near these things, that call out, that the scream of release the free the magic, release the power
I'm a
is
section.
spreading.
I'm section.
Are you? Are you really?
I don't know.
Are you really? I'm glad you asked. Go ahead and make a con check.
Yay! I'm
Cord.
not bad at those.
Cord.
15.
Okay, no worries.
You're
What?
not.
Stop that. He's on our side.
Hey, you want another point break, okay?
You're not.
I haven't
animal.
been here for one of these.
I know
Man.
I'm not
You
in.
want to
Well, then
annoy.
don't call yourself
He's-
section.
He's buying into their mythology.
I'm just asking. That's all.
No.
OC.
Oh, was that an OC question?
Yes, am I section? Is
Of course not.
article
Yeah.
Of course not. Somebody a long time ago made it so that you weren't.
Okay.
You can thank Friday.
Alright, I got 16 is my lowest.
There's a player on Friday that's responsible for
And
that.
I got a nat 20.
So go ahead and roll to back that up.
Nope.
Okay. So that gives you 2 plus 1, so you get 3 dudes that turn.
Yeah.
So that's make your mark for 3 more. Do they do anything effective? Their roll will be at disadvantage because of the fact that you captured 60 in a wave. So nope, they're almost as ineffective as last round because last time I rolled a 1. They're doing nothing.
So there's.
I
So
look at Cord.
just the fact that you guys stepped to the plate
Fine.
and brought that
You
kind of
know
power.
what, Kush? For someone so small, you have a massive ego.
So that's gonna be 5 more
Yeah.
rounds. So I'm sorry, it's gonna be 9 more rounds. So 9 times 2 is 18 you'll get, and 9 times 2 is 18 you'll get. So
I got 4. So 8. Oh, so.
you get 18 more, and you get 18 more.
9 times. Or
22
18
total.
plus
18 plus 4 is 22.
22.
Same as him. He gets 1 extra 23. And you get 30.
Still not gonna defeat the fact that I won.
60, I mean. Yeah, but anyway, so while you're doing that cleanup, you guys make it to the court.
Ooh.
Billy is apparently the name of the goat person.
That is my name.
Hello, Billy.
Hello, I'm expecting to see a large giant. Well, that's redundant. A giant.
He's busy.
A not quite large giant.
He's busy helping out.
Days, John.
Preoccupied
Yeah.
with
Clean up.
the yelling.
Oh, I hear the nuisance noise. Yes, that sometimes happens. But it was in reference to a coalition that the giant person was putting together. And there was a woman with him.
She's also preoccupied.
Of course she is. Unfortunately, they were the ones who set the appointment. And I don't believe they gave me the name of their organization.
Yes,
Yeah.
We did.
yeah, we did.
Gathering magic.
Gathering
The
of magic.
Gathering of Magic.
I think you go back and listen to the tape. You didn't, but I'll give it to you.
Okay.
I think in this case you talked to somebody else and used Gathering of Magic, not the actual.
Would
Right.
for the gathering of magic?
Oh.
What do you have pinned down?
I guess so. Yes, it's kind of garbled. It's Cord Torg Lord something or other.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's word
Cord,
jargon.
Lord Cord of Cord.
Word jargon, yes.
I would mention that they said to bring somebody with pen and parchment. You're that individual.
Oh, now she's remembering the part that she didn't tell you.
No. I said that I had broadcasted the information
That's true.
and relayed.
Fine. If you're the stenographer, then follow me. And takes you to the back of a long queue. Looks like there's 40 or 50 people in front of you.
Is this the West Hall?
This leads to the West Hall. The Archbishop will be overseeing it all.
Bishop.
Archbishop.
Yes,
What?
Archbishop of Florin, of course.
I'm not there.
Asking rhetorical questions.
Good for the bishop.
You're right there, Mary. Because I am with her.
Okay, so you're there for quite some time as the line shuffles forward. It is moving, so it's not onerous, but there you do see people in front of you that have simple claims like somebody had a goat and it stepped in a trough next to somebody's property or whatever, and all
Somebody
that kind of
needs to
stuff.
cut their tree.
So when you come in, you realize that you're basically in the equivalent of a small claims kind of a court, not of a national security kind of a court.
Start with that.
And the Archbishop himself is a sec-gen rhinoceros.
Oh, good. This place is owned by the animals.
And his name is Sharon.
I think that's supposed to be a joke, kind of like, because it sounds like horn. Think.
He's trying to develop humor. That's very funny.
I wanted to just accept these names.
Cool.
What's his name?
Hron.
Ron.
Hron. H-R-O-N.
Keep on looking up at the candle,
Here.
watching what's happening.
Wait, it's not.
One takes
We're,
care.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right out there.
Yeah. Well, you guys eventually come
Oh,
piling
okay.
in. You've spent a good hour and a half cleaning up the streets.
It's their wait in line.
They're waiting.
How this works.
Oh, hey guys.
As I look at Cora and I go, oh. And I'm just like holding up the parchment as we're walking in.
But just
Oh, hey.
do the thing with the.
And you get 2 silver pieces for each name on the list. So you get 120 silver. You each get 22 times 2, 44 pieces of silver each.
I'm gonna donate it back to the city because I don't think I want to put that on the character sheet.
Really?
I don't.
The bread conversation has gotten to you so much that you no longer even keep silver.
No, I'm just saying.
I
Like,
don't need this.
Well, actually, it's 4
I'm
gold.
tired.
Now it's
Sorry.
4/10 of a gold.
4 gold. Well, it's 40. Oh, because you're doing the hundreds this time.
Yeah.
100 silver to a gold.
She sighs. All right. So you go ahead and go with your clothes all bloody and.
No, that's why I wanted him to do prestidigitation.
Yeah, but you have to come here dressed all the blood on
Prestidigitation
your
and
clothes.
to clean this up.
We're like the two of us are like cleaning them.
Trying
Yeah,
to clean
it's
them
just
as
like-
quickly as possible.
It's like vacuum.
If she can find a place to duck into, she does have one gown with her.
Okay, so you're gonna switch clothes.
So I'll put the.
And then I mend any tears like that are like. With
Yeah, no worries. All right. So by the time you finish all of that, you finally step into the court, and Hron says, "Torg or something. Gort.
Cord.
Lord
Ah,
Lord.
I'm sorry. The notes here are backwards. Step forward. Whoa, there's quite a group of you. They did say it was a coalition. How many different nations do you represent?
How many do
One.
we?
Is my thing even a nation?
3.
3.
3.
Is what your thing? I don't know what your thing is,
I got
sir.
character draw.
We're all
Okay.
Is
cities.
my
Is Mirabelle a place?
no. Is my group of families a nation or is it just a community?
You would
It's
call
a
it a
nation.
nation.
Okay.
So
So 3.
3.
Well, wouldn't the rebellion count as well, or is that the third?
What rebel?
The people we talked to at High Creek.
Shadowrun. No, because they're limited to only with this. They're like.
So 3 nations.
Yes.
Got it.
We are currently representing.
3.
All right, speak your case.
Okay.
I don't care which one of you starts.
The other ship
We-
is coming down.
He goes, just a second. Let's see
We
if
all
I can
start
find you.
talking
Just a
at
second.
once.
Just a second. All right, there you go.
Wait a minute. The other ship is coming down.
Others what? Others what?
The strangers from the sky who have landed near Sassarin.
Is this a prophetic thing? Because we don't allow
No.
religious.
No.
This is not
This is
religion.
actuality.
You don't allow religion into these halls?
No, this is not
Oh,
a. This is a judicial court.
I have to leave. Sorry, guys. I'll be back. I'll be outside. Bye. I have to excuse myself. Bye, guys.
What are you doing?
I have to leave.
Okay.
What a strange person.
He's
We-
the second angel.
Represent a movement that is starting.
Cults, they fall into the category of religions.
No.
For the protection of all the nations of
Mary,
Nycos.
we don't need a reaction. We need facts here, okay? All right, we're here to give you the offer of
Joining us.
joining. I mean, they're like way bigger than us, so do we want to?
Can you do something with this train wreck?
We didn't work on a pitch,
I
did we?
pull him back and
Yeah.
like gently push Chase
Oh.
forward,
Oh.
but avoiding his hair.
Well, do apologize for.
It's
that
okay.
connection.
It's only your time that's wasted.
Yes, yes. So we are here on behalf of the Gathering of Magic Coalition. We are here to seek civil defense support of the others
So you're protecting the others from what?
that were requesting protection from the others.
Oh, protection from the others.
Yes.
These theoretic people coming in a ship.
Yes.
Not
Although it's not theoretical, we are eyewitness and we have seen them set up base outside Warren, scattered throughout.
there are.
But they're what? Keep going.
There was a base out by I'm not sure if you
After
know where it
rain?
is, up by near Vale. If you're not too familiar, it's quite a ways away.
No, I'm not familiar with Mirror Vale. I do know if you're speaking of that direction, there is an outpost known as Cauldron. You might have heard of it.
Yes, yes. So there was one base out there.
Oh, you're talking about that
southwest of Cauldron.
west of Cauldron. Don't have any notes on that. I do have reference to something called Submariner, claiming to be a nation or something or other.
Yes, so that is another settlement. They're currently building base there,
Okay.
and they're currently trying to reach out to their kind to form their own coalition to attack our world.
Okay.
So what we're doing is we are seeking allies to help fight off this invasion that is going to be happening soon.
While you're talking to him, still got plenty of time. He's not interrupting you, but a soldier, red veiled soldier, comes marching up to him, whispers in his ear while he's still motion for you to continue. Go ahead.
Yes, so we have also have word here of Sasserine. I believe that's also where Submariner is.
Yes.
Roughly. Yes, so I believe Sasserine may have been assaulted by Submariner, and
Mhm.
it's most likely no longer a safe settlement to stay in.
Sure. So this merfolk base attacks the coast, and you claim that they are sending ships here.
They will be, yes.
No, not quite. They're sky folk. They come.
folk.
You know the candle?
Yes, and I've heard that there is talk that there's something horrible happening in the skies even now.
Yes.
Thankfully, I'm not a religious man, so I don't.
Amongst the things that is
But
happening,
you're an
Is-
archbishop.
that
What's that?
An archbishop?
Oh, yes, is a title.
Oh, is
it's
it?
too bad you don't know anything,
Sure.
which is what she said. The candle is a ship. That ship contains more than 200,000 others.
So a thing in the sky has more people in it than, I don't know.
Cauldron,
No, no.
Sasserine.
Hang on. No, more than a kite.
Yes.
more than a what?
Yes.
What's
Yes,
that?
more
I
than
don't
a
know the
kite.
word he said.
More than a kite.
A kite. K-I-T-E?
That was in ship. That
Yes.
was in ship.
ITE.
Just
But
move on.
yes, yes.
Okay.
And they're coming here specifically.
Not quite here, but they're landing on our world.
Okay, and this is a threat to our kingdom because
Because they have weapons that with one shot will kill you.
And
I
they-
have a spear that would do the same thing.
Theirs does it from as long away as a mile. Does your spear poke
No,
you
I
in a
tend to
mile?
have to hold on to it for it to have its real
Yeah,
effectiveness.
well, they don't have to hold
so
on
they
to it.
have a way to do very long-range confrontations.
Okay,
They build things. For
They also
destruction.
have this.
and you would have. Quite frankly, I do believe this needs to be stepped up to a higher level of the court.
Yes.
More than likely, you probably need to speak with the administrators of the city and perhaps even beyond that to the crown itself. As I don't have the capability to do that, what I will do is waive your court fees. I apologize for wasting your time this afternoon. I will go ahead and schedule for you to meet with the Privy Council tomorrow, if that's acceptable. I can't act any faster than that, given the conditions. And by the way, I want to speak on behalf of the guard, who says that you fundamentally stemmed the wave of the
Monsters.
apparent infection that's passing through the town. They're saying that they found a yes, they apparently found a way to isolate and protect people of my kind from such things, and I do appreciate your efforts. And on that basis, I will provide you guys with. I don't know what your current housing situation is, but I'll offer you a suite of rooms here in the palace in trade for the work that you've done on our behalf.
Why, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
the-
very much.
This will be the administrative council, and we'll need to
Privy Council.
The privy council, yes. And they have the power to escalate up to the crown.
Yes.
What time will this appointment be tomorrow?
9 o'clock.
So is that the joyous hour or?
We are showing to our rooms.
Yes.
I get round room.
Gotta go.
We have another appointment to meet with people.
We
Is that
have
good?
another appointment
Yes.
to
That's
meet
good.
with
That's
someone
good.
higher up,
That's good.
and they have the power to put us even higher up to talk to the crown.
Ooh, that's weird. Why would you talk to an inanimate object?
The crown is a title.
Title.
As
Oh,
in,
It's
why
like-
would, how do you talk to a title?
A person with has a title.
You know how you call yourself second class angel?
Right, that's a rank.
It's like
something
a rank.
like that.
But I wouldn't talk to the second class angel. I talk to a second class angel.
This conversation is rank.
Stop being meta.
BP.
Now, Morgan walked out of the room?
Yeah, he walked out when he said the name Bishop. He's
No. He was like, "Oh, we keep religion out of this room." He's like, "Oh, I gotta go then. Bye."
So are you like outside?
Well, yeah.
It is the
So he
courtyard.
goes
He got
outside
that.
and then I drag
Yeah.
them back to our
Yeah.
rooms.
All right, so now you have a nice place to stay inside the palace.
Cool.
I
I'll
search
take
the
time
room.
to wash my
You
clothes
search
of
the
all
room.
the blood.
Use detect magic and search the room.
Go for it. Percentage.
I wait.
Jeez, man.
Not percentage, not percentage. Go ahead and cast, you're going to cast Dispel, or Detect.
Detect first.
Oh yeah. You find that there are not one, but 4 wizard eyes pointed in the room.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Is this
wow.
in all the rooms?
Well, no, the area known as your suites is large enough that 4 spells would be required to.
I
Give full
find,
coverage.
as a female, I find this very invasive.
Okay, well you didn't notice them. He just
Yeah.
detected it.
So I'm gonna
He will
point it
find.
out.
You gonna point them out, or you gonna dispel them?
Point it out. Tell the party.
Right, blatantly, or are you going to?
Yeah.
That's right, you're
Yeah.
still here.
Yes. Turn that on. So there's magical eyes on each wall of this room. So please be on your best behavior.
where?
Don't
Wait, are
worry
they
about
on
it.
They're
all
on the
the
floor,
time?
Cord.
Yes, they're on all the
I'm
time.
just gonna.
That's just rude.
So please be on your best behavior and try not to embarrass
But
yourselves.
where do
while
we
we're here.
change?
In your room.
Find a closet, shut the door.
Just don't do anything that would seem hostile to the city.
I'm a barbarian.
Do your best.
I feel very uncomfortable in my bed.
I'll
Yes.
go to the door.
Which one?
Oh, that's what that was. Huh?
Yeah, let Cord
Yeah.
answer the door.
Uh,
Hi there.
There's a young Eldrin woman dressed in the court livery of the prince himself. She bows very lowly. Beg pardon, I'm Patelia. I'm to escort you to the presence of the prince. Please follow me quickly.
Okay. Alright, guys, we're going to see the prince.
That was fast.
Yeah.
Wait a moment.
Wait, they
Wait.
said tomorrow.
This is way
They
worse.
did
There was
tell you
a
tomorrow.
count that
Oh,
was
it
going to
is tomorrow.
become the king, not the prince. What is this?
Do you not wish to follow me?
I would
Fine,
love to
must leave
follow
now.
you.
We're gonna meet the privy tomorrow. This is
Where are you
higher up.
following? I'm following this person.
Following, unfortunately.
She leaves her close to Silk and she follows.
Okay. So the young woman of Eldrin persuasion leads you through the lower courts, through some side passages, and up a spiraling staircase into what arguably one of the tallest towers in the city.
Okay.
I'm wearing purple.
Kush, please prepare an escape route in case we need it.
I'm wearing green.
As she brings you out to a room, there is a person who is clearly of elvish blood standing there. He's got high human cheekbones, but he's got very pointed ears. He has a broad face. More than likely, he's not full elf because his facial structure doesn't justify the pointedness of his ears. He says, I am so glad I got you out of there. I am Prince Thol.
A pleasure to meet you. I am Miri, cleric of Veritas.
And you?
My name is Ralgrim.
And who are you the emissary for?
That's a good question, and honestly, I'm just going to give you both answers. If you talk to either of these people, myself. If you talk to me, it's for Nidroma.
Ah, I am so glad you didn't mention the other one. I've been so worried. Ever since Padishah Court came to me with the prophecy, I couldn't bear the thought of letting the crown fall to him. Please don't mention his name.
Could you? My memory's been a little bit shoddy recently. Could you perhaps describe the person you're speaking of?
Yes, it's the bastard who has taken the title of Count for himself.
Okay,
Cool.
he's
Moving
a
on.
usurper.
He's not a usurper. I can't claim the title until the law is changed.
And what is the law?
The law established a leadership by something they call a confederation or a democracy, both of which are laughable because the people don't vote in any way and they are not working for a common good. They are working to line their own pockets.
So
How can we change the law?
Well, first of all, I need to know why you've come to my city and why you are petitioning in the name of the Gathering of Magic.
Okay. Are you familiar with the others? Colin.
Perhaps more than I should. Yes.
Okay. Candle is falling right now.
No.
It's not.
If you take a look out there,
Okay.
it's blossoming.
It's blossoming.
And you see, instead of one big candle, you see like 40 smaller candles.
Okay. Those are all pods. in
What?
this-
A what?
A pod.
And you speak of this as a plant?
No.
we're gonna
Like a plant, let's say, like a pea pod. It contains a bunch of peas. Those are metal containers that can contain a bunch of people.
not to split hairs, but you're the one who called it a blossom, or said it was blossoming first.
That's true. That's true. That's why I was asking whether or not she's speaking of it as a plant.
And what
Do you
happens
know what use
is
the magic in here?
those people are coming down here.
As long as you're not casting it at my person.
Oh no.
Because
this
then
is-
we might have to be rather displeased.
I'll use minor illusion to make a pod.
Make a pod.
What is
the-
Miri is describing
Oh.
The,
Okay.
a visual representation of a pod.
And a saw.
And inside
the
those-
saw pod, or in the
Yes.
metal pods. Okay, so just clarifying, you're not actually doing a plant
No,
an allegory.
no.
Otherwise, I would do Druid character. He would.
Yeah, so it's
Okay,
metal illusion.
And they contain people inside of them.
so
And
they're
those
pea
pods come down and
so they're
land.
pea pods.
Whatever you want.
I'm
to
not.
call them.
I'm not meaning to be glib. Please forgive me. This would be in keeping with my belief structure as well. You don't realize how little has been known, and if it hadn't been for the prophecy, I would not be believing my eyes either.
Prophecy?
Well, yes, of course. prophecy that is going to eventually lead me back to my throne and stop this nonsense. So,
I totally agree that the red veil is taking over Florin is awful.
what are you talking about? That's the only part that's right about what's going on. At least we're finally getting control here.
Too much control.
Mary, how about we not argue with the prince? Eh?
Well, what's the prophecy?
Oh, the prophecy says that they who are not will sometimes will at some point be the only.
Those who are not will sometimes be.
The only. Will one day be the only. And this is the sign that it is my time to regain control of this kingdom and fix that which is wrong with it.
What is the omen?
Yeoman? What is the omen?
Omen, yeah.
The only, not open.
And
The only.
The one that was not will be the only.
It was not insert noun here. Will be the only insert noun here. Presumably same as noun first mentioned.
Okay.
Why do you look so concerned? Go ahead and make your wisdom check. That was such a mean look from you.
Because I know where this is coming from, John. Natural 20, 22.
What is happening with you tonight?
She actually like spins. She physically spins in a location, and the next voice you hear isn't her voice. So go ahead and tell them what you want to, Olma. Or respond to this as Olma instead.
What was it? The one that. What was it?
The
Those-
one that is not. will
Those
be-
that are
The
not.
one. No. There was another thing.
Yeah.
This is Allie,
The
by
one.
the way.
Oh, the one
The
who
one
is
that-
not one?
Yes,
Is-
that.
yeah, it
the
is
one
one.
who is not one.
Yes.
This is what it's referring to. We had one in our group.
Wait.
What?
Yeah, she says we had one in our group.
That's
Yeah,
Olma.
that's Olma.
That's Olma. We had one in our group.
I don't know.
His name was.
His name was Kit.
Who are you talking? What? Who? What? You had somebody
And what
named
happened?
Kit? We had somebody named Kit?
And
What is happening?
you phase back in. You go what?
What just happened? Why are you guys looking at me?
Why are you looking at us?
Who's Kit?
Who the?
Who?
I don't remember
Remember.
Kit.
You remember Kit now?
Oh, that was the other me.
There's two yous?
It's complicated.
There were two of you.
Don't
Why
you
not?
remember I told you
To
that?
be two of you now?
Did I tell you something about
I
Yeah.
No.
only have memories
year-
going back.
this
Oh,
year-
this?
this
Oh,
year.
oh. No.
Versus
I
wolf.
told you I have
What's
it.
that?
Oh, you have
There's
that
so much
ancestor
information
thing.
here. That's just not going over
Oh.
She's going right past it all. Yeah.
So,
it. So what
who is this?
happened with Kit?
I'm gonna need a refresher, John.
No, you
Gotcha.
tell them what you remember
I
about Kit.
remember that Kit was trying to be the one.
At what? What did he want to be?
It was like this, like essentially the Neo from the Matrix.
What?
No, in specific, he wanted to be the master of all elements.
He wanted to be the master of all elements, specifically.
As
He
a
wanted to be the chosen, the prophet, the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is he now?
That's all. All she knows is that he went to go talk to. He went and talked to a prophet, which does give you something.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. She gave you information about something that you asked.
No. Speak in the first person. You're giving them information. So
I went to them. We went to the
Prophet
prophet
of the mountain.
and she gave us information if we asked her a specific question. He asked if he was the one,
and she said no.
and that destroyed him.
But it also set up the prophecy that he was the one that was not one.
That
But most importantly, the prophet. You remember where that is.
I know where that is.
Where's prophet?
Where that prophet's abode is, and you can guide them there
Yeah,
if you can hold on to your oldness.
and I give him the information right now where
Yeah, but it's going to be. We went by an airship for 4 days out of Trantor, which means nothing because they don't know what Trantor is. And then you're going to say, and we traveled up the mountain by the bones of the dragon, which you don't remember where that is. And then you're going to say, and we got lost in the fogs and fought the Cauldron born.
Oh, that's right. Where I almost died.
And I almost died there, and they went looking for a place to heal me, and that's how we found her in the Valley of the
Kid had
Mists.
saved me, so I wouldn't have died. So I remember that. Yeah, I
So
cannot-
yes, lots and lots of information, but not all of it completely useful. But more importantly, things that you can chase.
Yeah.
Trantor. Sounds
And
like
that name rings all kinds of bells.
sounds like a giant floating magical city with powerful weapons.
What?
What?
What? What?
Are you having the stuff that Kush has? Have you been taking his stash?
Have
Is
you-
what?
No. Maybe.
Kush has a stash?
What?
I thought he was clean shaven.
So, I'm sorry for the random outburst. What did you call us here for exactly?
Oh, I called for you so that when you talk to Rugen, you don't get yourselves committed or otherwise roped into.
Rope?
Not that kind of rope.
No, quite possibly that kind of rope. Rugen's, not the nicest guy. He tends to find torture his most useful
He's
tool.
Had an experience with
Torture?
ropes.
So you know Rugen.
No.
I said it again.
Nine hells.
If
Torture with rope.
So maybe the best thing you do is not meet with him.
so,
No, you're already committed to meet with him.
I think we've lost the point here. So, others. You're
Yes.
familiar with others.
I've heard rumors of them. I've heard they got devastating machines, but
All of them are true, apparently, right? All of them.
Yes.
Yep, all
We're
of
just
them.
gonna assume all of what you
Visual
think is true.
yeah, but you're showing me representations of the world where the Mark II actually did battle.
Just the weapon and the Nassau suits.
Oh, okay.
So,
So it's just like hologram.
we
Right,
know,
no, I get that, but it's just the soldiers,
Not the actual like.
not the tech, right?
So we know that, and you're gonna have to level with us for a little bit here.
Sure.
That thing up there, the candle, I think it's called, is like a boat, right? It has people inside of it like a boat.
You're asking or telling?
Telling. I'm half asking, half telling. Like it is like a boat, right? I'm confirming that you know what a boat
I
is.
know what a
That's
ship
what I
is.
do.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm familiar with the kite. I already mentioned the fact.
Right,
that
kite. So it's like a kite, but it's I think it's higher up, and it's coming down because it's running out of power.
Yes.
Why would it need power to be in the air? I mean,
They
birds.
use a funny kind of fuel.
Even whales.
Regardless, it's
Okay.
coming down. That's what matters. It's coming down. It's running out of power. It is coming down. The people on there will perish if they hit ground. Now, we have been trying to figure out a way to prevent that because we like to preserve life, and we don't feel like it's particularly necessary for all these people to just
We die.
Are you doing anything different? Because every time he does that, I'm looking over.
I'm not doing anything.
You're like,
I know.
what?
So we've been looking for help because we want to help them down safely so that they land and don't all die. However, once they land, there's going to be a lot more of those weapons and armaments and armor and whatnot. So we wanted to gather together a large group, a coalition, to basically say,
Well, I can send my 4 fastest ships to the 4 corners of the oceans.
let me finish my
Sure.
pitch. To
No, you've already you had me at hello. I mean,
Yes,
you did-
at hello. Yes, to do a hello and say this is where you're going to live. We've clarified everything. Okay, that's my pitch. That's a good pitch. Yeah, that's the pitch. Okay, 4 fastest ships.
yeah, that takes care of takes care of my most rapid contact with the forces that I have at my disposal.
That's a good place to start.
Communication.
Communication. That was step 1. Step 2 was getting them to land. Safely.
I think that's already happening. From my sages, they tell me that now there are distinctly 40 vessels.
It might not come down.
And there's still
safely.
a candle in
Right.
the center.
So
It's
we've got
much
the-
thinner.
we've got the communication part handled, so I think we can move on to getting them down safely. Thank you for your help. I think we should still meet with the council tomorrow so we don't look like assholes.
You have appointments. You have to meet with the council. I'm just
What
saying.
now?
That's
They-
irrelevant.
they-
That's irrelevant.
The pact?
Are you talking about the contract or the pact?
That they think that
Oh,
this is
So
their
part
land.
of the reason why they even came here in the first place, and the part of the reason why we're scared of them in the first place, is that a long time ago, over the course of a long time ago, this character doesn't know about
Right.
iterations. They signed something, and one of the leaders of the world, called the guy who
Davros.
Davros, who called himself the ruler of the
Davros,
world.
that's funny. He's the originator. Davros Florin was the first king of Florin.
Right. So he signed a contract with these people, basically saying, in such amount of time, this, that, and the other thing will have occurred, and this planet will be yours. Clearly, whatever.
He
has-
what?
Yes. But
He gave them the planet
yes, for
as a
some reason.
pristine.
Well, that explains why. That explains why I do need to ascend to the throne because
Exactly.
that way I can crush them.
It would.
We
No.
want them integrated.
Of course, and there are nothing better than a few decades in the red cells.
I never had to be in a red cell. I'm human.
Yes, but you also are natural.
Right. So we
They
will
are clearly
integrate.
something of-
Integration. We're speaking the same language. We want the same thing.
Humans adapt.
Yes, exactly. That's what he's getting.
Not
Let's just work on the integration.
subjugation.
We'll work on the methods
Okay,
later.
listen. We have step 1, step 2, and 3. You're on step 3. Let's finish step 1. Okay.
We want to present a united front so that they realize that we're not just going to give them the planet.
Step 1. Step 1.
Gotcha.
You are on board with step 1.
Yes.
Cool. Really good.
Four fastest ships.
Yes.
And are you able to put any financial support behind a bounty? Because we could definitely send word faster through the illicit means if we put a pile of cash behind.
Do you accept red gold?
Whoa!
Why? Yes, we do. We do great business in the red gold.
Do you have a lot of red gold that you just don't care about sitting around?
No, we don't touch
I
red
look at
gold.
We
him
don't
and say
touch
no.
red gold.
Red gold is
Sure,
bad.
now's not the time for this.
It's already. Cat is out of the bag, however.
Wow, Cord, come on, man. Jeez, this is
How
going so
large of a
well.
bounty are we talking?
Well, considering that we're going to be leaking this into guild operations, things like that, I know that the Last Laugh and there's probably a dozen other criminal element groups that we could get into, plus the seven the Sea Princes would be interested in it. We could pick them up. So you're looking at probably
I don't think any sort of
200,000 or more.
leaderless scum is going to help.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many humans in this planet are leaderless scum.
Yes, but the point is,
Because
They
if
do what they
if they were
want to.
all leadered up scum, they wouldn't be scum anymore, would they? They'd be disciplined and controllable.
Question, what's the
maybe we
conversion
need a bit
on
more scum.
crown/platinum to gold? Is it 100 or is it not?
It's 100.
Look at, you're the one with an empire.
Yes.
So, like, Miri?
Yeah.
You've represented 3 separate nations.
Miri, you're up here. We need you down here. Come down a little.
I know.
Remember, step 1 is alliance. Alliance.
If we don't have what 2 and 3 are, number 1 could go to hell in a handbasket.
That's not. Wait, if we don't have number 1, then number 2 and 3 can go to hell in a handbasket.
What?
She's a bad
Wow.
influence on me.
Yeah, you have to apologize for that one.
Let's just stay focused.
So on
Okay.
track with the
Focus.
bounty.
Bounty.
Yes, we can provide some financial support, although it'll be in waves. I don't know about 200, but we may be able to procure maybe 10,000 at a time, if that's okay.
Oh, no, I'm just saying we need to have a pool of against which they're going to draw, because we can send out, people doing smaller projects, but that number will grow, because if you're offering money for bounty, you will get more and more people.
Yes.
But wait, really quick. So is the bounty for like heads or for what?
Yes.
We
No.
want
No,
to
no,
show a
we
force.
don't want
Then we
heads.
don't want that.
We want to show a force.
We want to show that there are people already integrated here.
No, we're not collecting their heads. I'm saying you're getting bodies to
Yeah.
join your movement.
We're buying.
We're
pieces.
So
buying
it's not
soldiers.
a bounty, it's a recruitment.
That is
Have you ever
bounty.
seen this
That's
before?
still-
Okay.
yeah. So
Have you ever seen this action before?
Oh. Why do you keep do you have that Twitch as well? Like
No, it's metaphorical. Money talks.
it does?
We'll go over this later.
I need to hear that language.
Yes.
Just hand him a couple of red gold. He'll totally understand.
So as a total,
Does
So
it
yes,
speak
we
Terran?
can provide some financial support.
Wait.
Fine. As long as I can depend on it for, let's say, 10%. Up to a cap of 100,000
What?
over time. Not to be any less than a year.
Wait a moment.
okay,
Who has that money?
people,
We'll have.
we will.
Wait.
Well,
Miri, I trust these people. I think they know where the money finances
we'll
better than us.
acquire the funds in due time through legal and ethical means. Please do not.
I haven't
Worry.
seen that much in all the time I've been with you.
I think what he's
That's-
saying is.
Mary-
That's a
Please
good
do not
point.
worry
Mary,
about
Mary.
such things.
No, you saw
We're-
wagons of red gold. What are you talking about? You saw lots and lots of gold.
Miri, I
Miri,
trust
Miri.
him just as much as I
If
trust
Don't worry about it
you.
for now.
If it
Just as
makes
much
you
as I
feel
trust
better,
him.
I'll open a slave factory.
This is
Okay,
also
we'll make
coming
tons of
from
money.
Jace.
No place.
Okay,
Excuse
okay.
me?
This is also coming from Jace, the most.
I'm trying to make her feel better. Okay.
Listen, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
He's talking red gold and slavery. He's already down the slippery slope.
Are you a grin?
BP.
You become the thing you swore to destroy.
Oh God.
He used both words in the same conversation. Slaves and red gold. He's on his way.
Okay, so finances
But yes, we can provide
and
financial
Be
bodies.
careful what you say.
Okay. So
So we
step
have
one.
financial support checked off. Is
Step one is
Done.
initialized.
Yay.
So 4 countries
Yay.
on board.
Well,
Well,
Wait,
no,
gather-
the crown. The crown is on board.
The crown is on board.
I can't actually make what you want to have happen until I attain my throne, which means we have to
so it's not that.
give lip service to Rogan until I find a way
There's
to.
always the red tape involved with
You
such
just
political
keep
matters.
saying that word.
I only said you couldn't say it. I never said I couldn't.
Okay.
Don't
So
you?
what-
No.
Wait,
Don't push it. Don't push
We're
So
not
it.
even
what's
done-
the
we're not even
the
technically
veil
done with
color
allies yet.
of the R word? What's his veil color?
Not yet. We're not done with everything yet. We need to get this guy into Ruben's spot.
Let me put those out of character.
Hmm?
Was that out of character?
Yes.
So why do you suggest we not say his name? Is there some sort of
Spell.
spellbinding?
No, I
associated with
just get really kind of torqued, and I tend to blow a gasket and stuff. I'm pretty calm now. You can probably get away with it now, but just generally speaking, the damage he has done to me and my reputation is nigh unto insurmountable. And in particular, he's put me at odds with my father, and it's going to take some time before I can fix that.
Step one.
So what's your plan on getting you back on your throne?
Well, Padishakort has assured me that he will gather enough votes on the Privy Council to hold at bay the coronation that the Count has plans for. He hasn't said how that will be, or how that will occur, but I know that it's on the way. And furthermore, one of my particularly successful spies is gathering me information on from whence the Count actually gathers his own claim to the throne, and we're going to try to eliminate that before the coronation occurs.
So he's gonna announce that he's wanting the crown.
Oh, he already has. He's already scheduled a date for his coronation. But with the religious significance of what's going on in the sky right now, I don't think he'll be able to pull it off as quickly as he would like, and Padishah Court will probably do what he can to stop it.
You reference that that's a religious item?
Oh, yes.
Can you
Religious.
elaborate on how it's...
Oh, that's... The candle has always indicated the beginning of the end.
Probably it's been so perceived because of what followed was an antagonistic battle against them.
You speak as if it's happened before. There's no record of anything of that nature.
Let's keep these...
No, there isn't.
Miri,
Mary, that's not.
Miri.
Not.
please. Please.
Okay.
So it's just a religious artifact.
Well, yes. Once it arrived, I gathered information from my father's family that said that I would finally be able to attain to my rightful place as the king of the mortals.
King of the mortals. Of all mortals, not just here.
There must be one king.
I see.
That's totally
What are your plans once you're the king of all mortals?
Well, to collect power by reaching out to all the other mortal kingdoms. One of the reasons why I've built such a fleet is so that I know where they all are.
That's useful.
I see. It's good to know. Maybe one day we could see your findings.
You're more than welcome to utilize my resources whenever you want.
Perfect. Thank you.
By the way, the 4 nations that you represent are? The 3 nations. 3 nations you represent are?
High Peak,
Mirror Veil.
There's more.
Mirrorvale.
Mirror Vale?
Mm.
Isn't that like a internment camp for criminals?
Who told you that?
When the Goliaths turned in support of Garrick, the king of Corum, the Goliaths were rounded up and basically forced through the portal next to the good point. The mirrored portal. They were pushed through, and it was their imprisonment. It's kept this valley safe from the Goliaths for the last 126 years.
So there's no Goliath settlement in the mirror.
Well, they're just a band of ruffians and rabble.
Well, I've got another thing to do. I would say we're a little bit more than that. We do represent a nation.
Okay, so you're now a nation. You're claiming to be a nation.
No.
So you are a protectorate?
We're like,
Should I send protectors?
No.
I think the other nations we represent are Cauldron
Yes.
and
High Peak.
Well, look, actually, Cauldron falls under the purviews of my realm.
yeah. So
So it's still one
city.
kingdom.
Yeah, city of
Okay, the city is lending itself to support.
Well,
Okay, that's good.
Jadarum.
And what's that?
Jadarum.
Oh, the gnomes. The gnomes are finally getting off their duffs. Oh, when are we going to reestablish communication?
The gnome city of Jadarum is actually under lockdown.
So we can't count on it for support. It won't be able to provide us with the communication networks that they've been heralded for the last 126 years.
We will be back to you on reestablishing those communications. Currently, due to a outbreak of red gold,
Oh, you have a problem with red gold?
I did. No longer a problem.
You know, there are places that can help with that.
Like,
It's a 12-step program.
yes.
Not dissimilar from Gamblers Anonymous.
Yeah. But because of this outbreak, we have closed our borders.
So you don't have any kingdoms that you're supporting then, other than this one.
High Peak,
Hi, Pete.
the Giants.
Not really a kingdom.
It's not really a kingdom, it's more of a community up there.
Okay,
Yours.
we have to
city,
start
state.
somewhere.
Yes, I totally agree with you. I think you guys are on something. I definitely
Yes.
think, and I'm really glad that I was able to keep you from talking to Rugen before we established all of this, because he would have done really horrible things with your knowledge, the information you're sharing.
Right. So we need to start somewhere. This is what we have. This is what we're going.
So do we want to reach out to these others you're speaking of?
We'll take care of that.
You sure?
Yes.
Because I can get a hold of Afrit Dijana if you want.
Excuse me?
Afrit Dijana.
I don't understand
looking
the-
for this person? For information on this person?
Who would you get hold of?
Afrit Dijana.
I don't know the name. Is it a person? A title?
Well, it's just a name, but we can contact him through the module.
The module.
Yeah, I had it brought from the High Peaks.
The module? What is the module?
Not from High Peaks. I'm sorry, I gave you the wrong name.
Pardon
for a
my
second.
ignorance.
Yeah, that's okay. I tell you where it came from. Oh, it's from from the Dragon Bone Pass.
And this module allows you to do what?
Speak with Afrit Dijana.
Okay, I'm not. Is it a person?
Okay, you were supposed to, one of the things that you got information on last week or 2 weeks ago was about, I don't remember the details. You got
But no, it was Davros of.
No, those two names.
There was Diane. Okay, there was
Davor Sadea and Afrit Dijana.
Afrit Dejana. Oh, well, I guess I pronounced it differently. You can contact him. Is it possible to go to him? I needed.
Oh, I would have no idea how to go to him. He's just a voice at the other end of the far speaker.
Because I was told to contact such a person.
Oh, well, it sounds like we're meant for this to happen. So, you want to reach out to him? I can bring the module here, or you can go to see the module where I keep it. It's down below the castle.
Okay.
How safe is down below the castle?
How safe is it?
How many layers of security?
Well, no, my bodyguard is a large portion of the upper tier of the armies of red and white, predominantly the red ones.
Okay. Well, yes, I would like very much to speak with him.
Is it well scried in there? Like it is up here?
Oh no, those scrying the wizard eyes that were placed in your chambers were placed there by Rugen, and he only has limited assets, and he certainly doesn't dare put them in places that I'm going to be.
Okay, what would be the repercussions if you were to get rid of these eyes?
What's that?
What would be the repercussions if we were to
Then he would know that you're onto him, and
I'll leave them alone.
so. Are we agreed that you're going to meet with Rugen tomorrow? And did you want to go see the module tonight, or did you want to want to see it tomorrow?
Tonight, I would like to. As soon as possible. Knowledge, we don't have much time, and therefore, the quicker I can learn things, the better.
Okay. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah.
Sounds correct.
All right. You all going, or just her?
I'm going
What
back
would be
to
less
the room.
inconspicuous?
You going back to the room?
Return to the room to not.
Okay, to not
Empty room.
create more. Yeah.
I'll hang out in my room.
Okay.
Should we leave one other person with me?
I'll go with her.
Alrighty. So, as you're headed down, you pass a few guards, and go ahead and roll a perception check, the two of you.
Natural 20 plus perception.
More
5.
than enough. Nat 20 is enough. Yeah, you hear that there is a representative of the kingdom of Corum that's supposed to be coming into town tomorrow. You just hear guards muttering about it, but more importantly, that they are bringing with them Maximus Prot, the great champion of the Corum, the cathedrome at Corum.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Doesn't mean anything in particular, but I just want to give you that information.
Okay.
All right. So he takes you down a few hallways and then down a flight of stairs, duck through some cobwebby tunnels. It's not exactly the most wonderful smelling aroma of the place as you move
No.
down into the depths. But when you come around the corner, there's a pale, almost greenish glow from lichen and moss on the walls in the area.
Pretty.
And standing on 4 metal pads is a garish insect-looking machine. It's metal and angular, and in blood red, the letters NASA are down the side of it.
Ah, NASA.
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 Um,
That I'm familiar with.
There's a small ladder up the side of this machine, and you see a pale glow from within.
Okay. How does one use this?
Enter and speak to NASA. Speak to Afrit Dejanab.
Have fun. I'll yell if you need me.
She takes a moment for prayer. Nor just a simple prayer, you know.
Sure.
Keep me safe in your hands. I don't know what I'm doing. Afrit de Ja.
No.
Jana.
No.
Jana.
Close.
So as you start to climb the metal stairs up into the device, it seems positively claustrophobic. The darkness inside. There's a bit of glowing lights from within, and like a whistling sound coming from the thing, and somehow you're hearing a low orchestra playing, some kind of weird, almost march kind of music as you climb into the thing. Now there are 3 seats, 2 facing one direction, the third sitting askance of those 2. The third seat is reclined at a very relatively steep angle, and there's a panel of lights flickering, and a gray, looks like a single eye looking down at that seat. The other 2 seats are facing outward at the stone wall beyond. And again, there's panels and flips and switches all the way around it.
She goes to the one that's reclining with the panel up above it.
Okay.
That, looking out on a blank wall, doesn't seem to me to be you know, what she needs to see. She needs to see something in front of her that might manifest a picture. You know, like a shrine.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes to that one.
Okay.
There's another little prayer, and then, you know, reclines in it.
Climbs into the seat. And as you climb into the seat, the music stops. There's a horrible staticky sound. Just almost, and you guys, even outside, you hear this screech, this really high-pitched tone for a couple of seconds.
It doesn't sound like a human.
No. Just this
Everything
weird
okay in
sound.
there?
It's loud, but I'm okay.
Okay.
I think I can say that, right?
Yeah. There's a kind of a hissing sound for a second after that, and a voice very low, almost imperceptible, says, "Come in, come in, come in."
I'm here. I'm here.
Find the earmuffs. Find the earmuffs.
The earmuffs. She looks around.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
She's familiar with muffs in cold weather. 11 plus 5, 16 perception. I know perception.
Sure.
is-
Hanging there beside where you're sitting are a pair of really large, almost like domes, almost like two bowls, like soup bowls,
Mm.
facing each other. The metal rigging, and it kind of looks kind of like earmuffs.
Yeah, okay, so she picks them up.
As you do, it's got this weird metal connection that's hanging up by one side that has a ratty, torn up piece of cloth. Looks like it's wrapped around the end on the one side, on the left side.
Okay, she puts on the earmuffs, and you say the ratty thing is up
Ratty
there?
thing's hanging up here at this weird angle.
At a weird angle. She sees if it moves.
It does. It makes a squeaky sound. Squeak. Comes down by your face, just next to your cheek. There's a wire, or basically looks like a piece of very hard rope hanging off of it that does this really weird twisty thing, and goes off connects to the box beside it.
Hello? Are
Come
you
in.
there?
Come in. Come in.
I'm here. I look for.
Find the PTT.
She looks around. PTT.
About halfway down on the cord, there's a little box on the side of it, and it says it's got some lettering on the side of it.
Okay, she orients it so she can read it. If not, I'll cast a light so I can read it.
Okay, casting a light. You have enough light to look at it, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 characters on the side of it.
Just letters?
Just characters, symbols. You don't recognize the language.
Okay.
Of course, if you have comprehend languages, you can.
I don't have that.
What a crime!
I know, they took it away. It's one of the spells I don't think that
Anyway.
clerics have anymore.
I think you do.
I think you do. Okay, it's just if so, I haven't taken it.
Just didn't read it. Oh, don't have it. Okay.
Not for today anyway.
Go ahead and make.
So she'll.
Just manipulate it. You're gonna mess with it.
I'm
anyway.
gonna mess with it.
Okay. Well, so when you push on it, all of a sudden, when you hear heavy breathing, just right close to you.
She jumps and looks around.
Your thumb slips off the button, and you realize, oh, it's your own breath.
My own breath. So she tried. So it's just one button that slides up and down.
Just push.
She pushes. Hello?
Since you're holding the button, nothing happens.
She releases the button.
About that time you hear, as you're holding it, you have to let go. You have to let go sometimes. You have to let go. Oh.
Then she lets
Quickly.
go.
Yeah. No, you wouldn't have heard that
Oh.
until you let go. So you're like, hello, hello.
Okay.
Oh, you have to let go. You have to let go.
Okay.
Now you figured out how to use it.
So my name is Miri. and-
Names are not relevant, Miri person. State your business for a free no.
Do you realize Candle is breaking apart? Let's go.
I don't know what candle is. Speak your case for a free no.
A free Dejana. I was told to contact you about the history of the others and their pact. And then she lets go.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Don't think you're speaking below your pay grade there, whoever this is. I'm going to call you lieutenant because I don't think they'd put anybody on there that's not an officer. But I don't have authorization for you to ask such questions concerning any agreements we either have or do not have with the denizens of that little moon.
Are you one of the others? The people from the sky? So let's go.
She just called her planet Moon.
I'm not sure what you're speaking of. This is the coordinator for a free. No.
What is it you coordinate?
We coordinate the acquisition and coordinate the release of and the retrieval of Vex shipments throughout the coordinate.
How much does a coordinate cover?
Roughly a parsec.
Bless.
You have no idea what that means.
No, I don't. Is that a mile or two or what?
Your laughter at the other end. You could say that.
How about being more exact? Pretend I don't know what a parsec is.
If you don't know what a parsec is, Lieutenant, you shouldn't be in your position. I am going to terminate this call at this point. I hope you have a better set of questions next time. We are running out of time on this cycle anyway. I will connect with you day after next day split. This is a free Jana signing off.
There is useful information in there.
Everything okay in there?
She's just sitting in the chair.
She is gonna rolls out of the seat. Comes on down. Okay.
So how'd it go?
They call themselves.
Make a Constitution check.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Not good. 5 and 3. 8.
Yep, as she comes out, she still has the earpieces on. She trips, slips, and the cord makes a sickening sound and pulls out of the console. She's got the headset with a chunk of wire attached to her, broken off at basically at the PTT box.
I don't think that's supposed to happen.
I don't think so either. Maybe we can put it back together. She goes back up in there and takes a look. Is it just a plug that's pulled out?
Oh no. It looks like you killed it. It looks like it's pulled its entrails out. Little mechanical bits.
I don't know mending. I think somebody else does.
Who knows mending?
I know Umara does. They're not with us right now. I don't know who you're talking to.
Okay, well, we'll have to see if we can mend it.
Yeah.
I don't have mending.
So how'd it go otherwise?
Okay. I thought that this might be somebody from our place,
Right.
but it's not.
It's not.
He's the coordinator
Ah?
for this parasect. I don't know what a parasect is.
Parasect?
Parasect.
Oh. Not a Pokemon.
And apparently he coordinates all the collection and shipments of Vex in this area that he named, but I don't understand.
Okay. You know what? Actually, don't tell me because I don't know enough about this anything
Yeah.
to give you appropriate feedback. I appreciate the willingness to inform me, but I'm less than useless to you right now. Sorry.
It's okay.
On the other hand, she got this really nice set of earmuffs that'll keep your ears nice and warm.
Do you wanna?
No,
you should
I'm
probably,
gonna leave
yeah,
them
put those,
here.
Put those back.
She put them back, and she will ask later if she can bring somebody down, hopefully to fix this. Maybe the gnome can. Tinker gnomes, after all.
Forest gnome. He's a forest gnome.
What?
He's a forest gnome.
He's not a tink.
Yeah, he's a shelter.
They were trying to make his people into tinks. That's why he had to rebel and stop the red madness.
I could try.
Nope.
Taking apart.
He could totally fix it.
Okay.
So, like,
So
you
we head
think
back up to
about
the room.
Cord, and then you're like,
Oh,
So
while you're
anyway-
while you're there, make a quick perception check.
So this is probably an other. You would not talk about the pact.
Did you make a perception check?
13.
13? Let's see if she makes it.
What was
Perception. Perception check.
that? Not good. 9.
No, she doesn't. But you notice that the craft, this thing that she climbed into, is pushed hard up against what looks to be a vein of the silvery material in the rock beyond it.
Oh. This thing might be some sort of collection thing. Did you notice?
You can ask her because you.
Did you notice any like collection like pods
No,
like for storage?
not on. Okay, I'll go and see if I saw anything else that I saw.
Oh, you haven't really left the area, so the fact that you noticed it, you could ask. But you're not going to find any of that. But literally, it looks like the metal of the craft, the machine itself, is sitting so that the metal of its leg is actually coming in contact with the vein of silvery stuff in the rock beyond.
They
So
were
by
mining for it,
contact,
so maybe it's just using it
Wait,
to
wait,
power
wait,
itself.
wait, wait. So how many points of contact does the ship have with the vein?
Just one.
Just the one?
What,
Okay.
so it's literally like
Is
the
it
elbow.
low- is it-
The elbow of the metal is touching at one point.
kind of like on a leg.
Wait. Back up a few paces. So Vex is magic, right?
Yes.
And anytime any of these other constructions comes in contact with magic, it explodes.
Unless it's acclimated.
But this thing being from up there would have just gotten here. It wouldn't have.
No,
spent-
this device is really ancient.
Right. So it would have landed, like if what I think about is happening, this thing probably wouldn't have been here for very long and probably came here quickly, which means it didn't spend a lot of time here, which means that when it touched Vex, nothing happened.
That's correct.
That, or they built it specifically to land here.
But then they would have built everything specifically to land here, and you guys never would have reported the explosion problem.
True.
Here we go.
Oh shit.
So it's
See, the problem is, I'm about to do something really dumb. I kind of like walk over to the Vex, I like kneel down next to it, and I go to touch it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Join the club.
So you go reach out and touch it.
Yeah.
Reach out and touch someone. Did we start off with that? We started off with that.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Go ahead and make your Constitution save.
It's on the 9 o'clock.
Hold on. Okay. That's cocked. 21. 21.
21. You touch it. You have all your memories back. They fled in. They
Okay,
fled
my as a person need a second from that.
in. They all fled into you
Ah!
as they're pouring in, and you can't. It's literally like you can't let go. Your hand is like frozen to it. The feel of pain that matches with it is excruciating. So you lose 45% of your hit points in one blast.
Oh. Okay, I gotta do that math real quick.
Okay. You don't lose the levels, but you do lose those hit points permanently.
66
Oh,
points.
it was a permanent reduction.
Yes.
So I'm reduced permanently by 44. Got it.
But in trade for that, you get back your memories. Furthermore, your wings now have a silver tint to them.
Cool.
You mean he's only going to have 66 points from now on?
No,
Yes.
yes. Well, actually, it's 54.
And a voice in your head says, "You are our emissary."
Oh, God! I'm wearing this again.
What?
Why am I wearing this? Why did you let me put this back on?
Put back on.
This!
Because you insisted.
Stupid fucking bullshit.
Got your memories
Literally
back?
strips off his white clothes right there.
all the
Good
way.
lord.
No, you said you lost 45 points permanently?
Permanently.
It's
So
not
we
gonna
only
make
have-
that much of a difference.
You only have
Fuck you.
66 points.
That's right. He lost 56, 54. He lost a
I'm
tournament.
down to 54. I'm down to 54.
But he's got back all of his memories, and he's now the emissary of Levex.
I
Of
don't even
what?
know what that even means, but okay, I'm
Emissary?
gonna write that down somewhere.
That means you can help me with all my ideas for this stuff.
Greater consequences.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so exciting
Oh.
news.
No, and it does say one more thing.
Oh.
You will free us.
You will what?
Free us.
Free the magic. Unleash the power.
So exciting news. I now don't like.
Sean!
What?
I don't like being a nihilist anymore, which is fun.
You've got your memories back.
Yes. Thankfully. God, I was annoying over these past 8 days.
Oh yeah, because you get to keep those memories too.
Yeah.
What the hell did we
You
do?
weren't annoying.
What the hell
We
did we do?
understood the problem.
I know, I appreciate that. It's just. Ugh.
Okay, so what else?
What do you mean, what else? I'm back. We're back in business.
You see his wings are silver now.
What did you do with your wing?
I don't know.
You saw him.
Okay.
No, you saw him put his hand on
On the back.
on the
Okay,
backs.
listen. I got back something that was very important to me. I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. My wings are silver. You know what? I also was wearing white clothing a second ago. In about 3 seconds, I'm gonna put on a suit of rainbow. This is not news.
Okay.
All right. I don't know why my wings are rainbow. I'm sorry, silver. I wish they were rainbow. That'd be nice. But I imagine it probably has something to do with something telling me I'm there. I'm saying
Actually,
now.
when you say that, you reflect on what you just said exactly as you said.
I reflect on what I just said exactly as I said.
Yes.
What is that? I wish they were rainbow.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're like, it's like you hear a crack of thunder someplace.
Oh.
Okay. I don't know what you're trying to get me to realize.
Well, you're on the brink of being able to cast the W word.
Oh.
You're on
And you
the.
just said
yeah.
you're going to have to take that a lot more seriously in the future.
Welcome to my life.
So let's go back upstairs.
You
'cause-
can just cast
I've been there
Meteor
also.
Strike and burn your 9th level spell and just don't have to worry about it every day.
Every day he rains
Yes,
rocks
every
down.
day I will channel explosion.
Okay, don't have to worry about that for the next 24 hours.
That's the fourth 20 I rolled tonight. 3 of them
A
in
lot of
game.
20s today.
Okay.
It's
A
weird.
bunch of the.
They're coming up the stairs. They're
Yeah.
back.
Yeah,
in
they're going to come back.
No, it's not.
I
here,
hear a
but
commotion,
that's
like
all.
a mouth, like talking, and I come out and I'm like,
Why am I in my underwear?
yes.
Why did you let me put my clothing back on? Wait, that came out wrong. Why did you let me put the the white back on?
You insist.
You insisted.
He's got his
What are you
memory.
doing?
Somewhere
I
a
don't
mage-
care if I
so-
insisted. I
somewhere
was
a
8
ma-
days old.
Somewhere a mage in a room just fell out of his chair. Put his clothes back on? Oh man, I missed yesterday.
What did I miss?
What are you talking about?
Why? I just came down. Why did you not tell me? Oh, you did. Oh, good lord, I hate me.
He's got his memories
I
back.
tried very hard.
And I appreciate
I
that.
also tried.
I also appreciate
And
that.
I
Alright.
tried.
I
He
also,
looks-
you,
he
I
looks
am
weaker.
so sorry.
He's weaker.
I am so sorry for any amount of crap I gave you for not thinking that was a devil.
Mhm.
Beyond words.
Mhm.
Sorry about that.
Mhm.
Like, deepest pit of my heart. Sorry about that.
You look weaker.
You know what? I am not looking a gift horse in the mouth. That's what this
You
is
probably
not.
shouldn't, because a bite from a horse could kill you.
True.
I missed you.
Cord.
I missed you so much.
His
You
wings are
want to
silver.
miss him in your
A
robes?
horse bite.
He put
Oh.
his hand.
It depends. If you didn't notice, there's a draft horse in the crowd out there.
Oh, jeez.
I have one kind of disassociated
Aside from the
piece
things
of information.
different.
What? Okay, the wings? Really? That's what we're getting hung up on. Really? Oh, yay! My friend has all of his memory back and now acts like a normal person. Not the silver wings. The silver wings is what we're focusing on. Okay, here's what happened. This is
Robin,
Let him finish.
this is the eyes.
the eyes, yes,
Okay.
the eyes, yes.
So we went down to talk to Frit de Jana. It's one of those crafts that the others use. Thank you. It landed in a pool of Vex. Now, because I didn't remember what happened to Cord that one time when he touched Vex, I thought it'd be a good idea to touch the thing because I thought it was weird that it was able to land in Vex and not combust, right?
Pure innocent curiosity.
Exactly. So I touched it, and it was really painful, but I remember everything now. And something told me two things. A, that I am an emissary, that I represent them now, whatever them is, and something about freeing the power or something.
Didn't the
Was
section
it-
say something about
Section
power?
said
Well,
exactly that.
They
Right.
said
Earlier
free
today.
the magic,
Free the magic.
release the power.
Oh yeah, the other thing was you will free us, whoever they were.
There's wait.
While they're doing this, I'm gonna start saying watermelon cantaloupe to myself.
He's verbally, while you're all standing around doing this, he's going, watermelon cantaloupe, because he remembered what I told him. This is a
Yes.
callback to a long
Yes.
ago conversation about when you want somebody else to think you're talking. You say watermelon cantaloupe a lot, and they see your lips move.
I'm
think
also saying watermelon.
Nice.
Watermelon.
So you're standing around doing this, but you're going watermelon cantaloupe, watermelon cantaloupe, as you're thinking it. Just in case they can hear the thoughts. That's very clever.
Watermelon?
Cantaloupe. Watermelon.
The brief
Watermelon.
aside that was strange. The Afrit de Jana is a coordinator of the others' collection and production of Vex in this parsec. Has anybody ever heard that word before?
Parsec?
That's the word he used, parsec.
Others turn?
It sounds like a unit
Maybe
of measurement
on this planet. Maybe
and not of time.
yeah, I don't know, but maybe another does.
Well, we said
Because it's another, I bet it's an other word.
It's probably others terminology.
Huh?
Probably others terminology.
Yeah, it's probably
Not
other
funny.
terminology.
Olivia's here. I didn't even know she had
Hi, Olivia!
The rainbow veil's back.
The Rainbow Valley.
I think she knows that. She's been here for a while, but I hadn't noticed that she was here. So, yay.
Oh. Goddamn.
And if you didn't come in at the beginning, you were going to have go back and watch this one because there's a lot of stuff got dumped today.
Yeah,
Third
interesting
page.
stuff.
You're already on your third page?
Just today.
I don't know if I want this prince to rule.
What? Why?
Huh?
Because he's red veil and he wants to control everybody.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
red
forgot.
veil
Yeah,
either way.
I'm this now. Okay.
Watermelon.
In life, we can have this conversation. Oh wait, no, we can't have this conversation.
That is so funny.
So, in life,
Watermelon.
you need to have control a little bit, right? Right. So that means. Oh, sorry. Okay.
He's going down the rabbit hole. He's going down the rabbit hole.
When he says that, I throw a glass down and I say, cantaloupe!
Watermelon.
Watermelon.
That's pretty good.
Give him a BP. Please do.
Sure, BP for that. He's on 2 for the day. He's on a roll here.
What? How about we take the lesser of two evils and we put the person into play who will actually help us in this matter, not the person into play who's liable to torture us.
Cannibal.
As unlikely. Oh my God! I got shot in the face.
Is that what happened to you?
Yeah,
Wait. You're in the face.
in the face.
Just tell me how satisfying it was to kill Atherton.
He kills.
Oh yeah.
Oh
That
no!
did happen.
When you go to remember that, you can't remember that.
Oh.
What?
What?
What was
Watermelon.
what
Angelo.
Oh,
Wait
yeah.
a minute, what was it you asked him?
No, you can remember killing Atherton,
Okay.
but that means you also can remember what you're supposed to tell him.
I'm not going to tell you that. See, I just got my memories back. I don't want to be. I only have. Listen, if
She's
she.
just like at the end of the sentence.
If she crits against me,
Yeah.
there's a good chance she
so
may just
just-
grab my head, grab our torso, and just turn them the opposite direction.
Yep. That's about right. I was gonna go for the throat.
But I remember.
Would she really need a crit for that though? At this point.
I have critted tonight, so.
You know, next level. You're going to regret all of the insults you've ever given me.
You mean he's gonna wish he hadn't said that?
Exactly.
Stop that. Stop that.
Trust me, my ears are getting practiced up. 'Cause now
Reason
there's
why I avoid that word.
Gathering back. So, watermelon.
Cantaloupe.
Watermelon.
I'm hungry.
fruit plate.
Do we do room service?
Oh, do
You
we?
heard that bell? Yeah, no.
Can we all go to bed now so we can just talk to Ruben tomorrow morning
No.
and not yell at each other for any more long time?
I'm
We're all
hungry.
square now.
Oh wait, I can get
Someone
some
feed me.
good berries.
His kingship's
There you
hungry.
go.
Yeah, you are
We
a
don't
king
know
now.
if they're gonna give
Yeah.
us.
No, we have two
Yeah.
kings with us.
Pop it in.
And a second-class angel.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And
I
a
feel
lord.
empowered.
How long do I have to last in
Huh?
office
I was
before I
feeling
beat his
empowered.
record?
Empowered. I don't know what the second class thing does to you. You mentioned it.
I was empowered. I was a second class before the memory incident. Yeah. Ever since I got permanent wings.
So yeah, give everybody.
Yeah, but you had
a party.
forgotten.
Yes.
See here. See what
As
else.
soon as I can get to a window, I try to find out
Six.
what's going on
So that
with
leaves
Campbell.
4 more left over.
What? Okay. So when you look up, you no longer see, as I said, in a single fire, you see a blossom of 40, and they're expanding, spreading across the sky,
Okay.
and
I popped
they're
it before.
the pattern is geometric. In other words, they're going out in a way so that they're covering a large, almost like a web-like pattern.
So I haven't. Now that I'm going over yesterday's memories with today, with every memories in general. Are we in the right iteration, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, are we?
Are we?
Yeah. Are we?
Are we sure about that?
Like
Are
You.
we?
Purple.
You're
Well, I
the
mean-
you're the chrono dude. Are we
Well-
are we actually in the right time period right now?
Or that rain clouds from the center of the city.
Well, especially since like I know they mentioned Submariner, but like they kept mentioning their ignorance of others.
I just remember why there's no moon.
Submariner.
You just now remembered?
What?
Really?
What did you do?
Why?
No reason.
Anyway, are we sure we're in the right time period?
So, which storm are you talking about? The one that's over the
Has
one
it gone
building?
by over that one building. Has it gotten any bigger?
No.
Still the same size.
Yes.
Only on that one building.
Just specifically raining on one building.
I have never been to Florin, so I'd like to think we still are.
Has anybody asked about that storm over one building?
We do not want to ask
Well,
that question.
The other
What?
question is
I'd rather
that
not ask that question.
Miri, think of it as a staff infection. If you ignore it, it'll go away.
Ew.
Somehow I think that's not the right answer, but okay.
Just ew. So many layers of ew.
But yes, I'd like to think that we're in the correct iteration.
Okay.
well, I
This was
mean
what it
the
is, but yes.
candle wasn't there before in ours.
No, it was.
It was.
It came back.
It came back.
We did
We
another.
came back.
We mucked
It's
around
there.
with time again.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking
After
about.
a Bridgeford,
Bridgewater.
Bridgewater, when we came back,
She's created a third one in there.
after we came back, the candle was back.
Got it. Can we all go to bed now? I'm tired. Remembering everything takes a lot out of me.
I'm gonna open the door and yell down the
Tell
hallway.
me about
Room
it.
service.
As soon as you open the door, there's 20 people out there who've got
You
trays
didn't-
and trays
I
of food.
noticed you didn't get thrown across the
Alright,
room
well,
by
I'll
that
just
vet.
take all of them, I guess.
Oh, they're just bringing them in, roll them
When
in.
he touched it, it threw him across the room.
Well, he's not.
While they're providing you all with food,
It's like the middle of the night. What the hell?
one of them walks over to you and bows and presents you with a small capsule, little tube. it actually pulls apart.
Yeah, it's like a
Written-
pigeon chair.
Written document inside of it.
Oh, I thought you ate it.
Yeah.
Remember,
No,
open it before you eat it.
and
Like
I
a nut.
Look at
I
it.
thought it was like
Okay,
the
go ahead and make a wisdom
toothpaste, like,
save since you read it.
sauce stuff.
I'm good at those.
Wait, there's a Jimmy Neutron reference there.
Jimmy Neutron.
So a 27.
Okay. You stop yourself before you get into the third syllable. It was a curse. It was actually turning you to stone.
Okay.
So,
It's ruined now, so.
yeah. Go. Whoa. Whoa.
On the inside of the container. Talia. A, how's she know you're here? B, how did she get it to a guard? And C, why would... Yeah, this is...
Haha, Kush is having X problems.
Separation.
Well, she
Corn?
is a red veil. And
I don't really see what her veils have to do with anything involving this.
It's a red veil. They're terrible.
Swear on my life.
Have you not seen all the people
I
here?
go-
rather you not. Remember the last time something happened to you?
Red gold.
I go
Red
and I run
veil,
out the window.
connection.
And turn into a bird.
Okay.
And go to the city square.
Okay. Busy place. Lots and lots going on. Most importantly, looks like a giant beholder on puppet strings,
Oh.
being suspended in the center of the place.
I'm like, what?
A person is having a conversation with a beholder. The gentleman is dressed to the nines, and you almost freeze in your tracks when you recognize him. It's a very young, very dapper looking Volantra.
Ska.
There's a lot of other stuff going on in town. It looks like there's a group of
Yeah,
writers.
you're gonna say other stuff.
Yeah,
like
but
it's not gonna pique my other interest.
Your other interests?
The fact that the Red Veil is arming another cavalry unit to head out. It's, let's see what other kind of fun stuff. A couple of nobles talking rather fervently and shouting at each other over on the balcony over there. A guy reading from a book just outside of what looks like a local library, and nobody's really paying attention to him. Oh, and a young dwarf riding on a bear, riding into town on the far side of town.
Badass.
And I look at the bear longingly.
She's wearing full plate
I
armor,
want to be a bear.
and the bear he's wearing the same kind of armor that you saw the polars wear up in that area.
Yeah.
So he's clearly been an uplifted, but it's an uplifted grizzly, and she's riding on the back of this uplifted grizzly.
Oh, that's right, you.
He's an awakened bear?
I like
Finally,
that.
you see a chariot drawn by
Wow, okay.
reptilian
Really?
creatures. Basically, the large
No,
version
like
of
that.
V-Raptors being driven by a Primus in full armor.
I want to meet a primus.
You long for the
Oh.
straight
I'd like to
story
go out to
walk
the
over
ship.
there. Oh, that beautiful.
Can I-
Like, oh, you could just roll.
What's the
with
difference
that
between a
thing.
Now-
primus?
now-
Let me also.
Now you'll flash back to the beginning of Cauldron Triumphant, when I described an Eldrin falling out of the out of an airship and falling towards Cauldron.
Yeah.
Am I pregnant?
What's going on over here?
Watermelon cantaloupe.
Is that? Yeah.
Just a moment.
Is that how section?
Let me also guess. Is there a draft horse
There is a draft horse in the
coming in
conversation.
town also?
And why wouldn't there be?
Why wouldn't there be?
Wait, what time is it?
What time is it?
Yeah.
It's early. Or
It's a late afternoon.
Oh, I thought it was
Thursday.
like the middle of
So,
the night when this
would
is
you
all
say it's
happening.
high noon?
Oh.
No. What's that?
So I asked if it was high noon.
Oh. And somewhere you can hear a concertina playing, and the music draws your attention, and you see the weirdest thing. You see a little Blinn in a suit of blue doing the samba with a warg. The warg is actually doing the footsteps.
She's a what?
Are you okay?
You said she was a little what?
Blinn.
A Blinn, a male Blinn. It's not a she, it's a he.
Not org. What was the?
So we're
No. The term for Blinn. What's the?
goblin.
No.
No.
No, it's a Blinn.
No.
Oh, yeah, Blinn. Yeah, Blinn is goblin. Sorry.
Yeah.
Null is.
Grolin.
Incarnate, or Grolin.
Grolin or Betanor, yeah.
So wait, is there? I thought there was something called Kani.
Conning,
Those are-
yes. Conning are basically the
Yours?
domesticated dog
And
breeds.
Is it yours?
And,
Betnor is.
and Betanor
Must be
are
yours.
Not
hyena
Okay.
feral creatures.
Got it.
And we're all
Are in your world are
He-
he like-
Betnor
Actually,
servants
we're all
of
still
the
in-house.
null god Yinagu
I'm
or
so
whatever
glad
his
I'm
name
not
is?
there.
Yongu.
Yeah.
Yong.
Yongu.
Yeah.
I heard a knock.
Yeah.
Was that them?
Yeah.
No, that was me.
Oh, okay.
Again.
Hey, turnabout's fair play. He knocked earlier. It's only fair. The thrush. Hey, too bad it wasn't him because he's the bird and the thrush could have knocked.
Yeah.
The voice you heard. Oh. The voice you heard.
Do they look like they're?
I feel like we should go
Driving
on a
somewhere?
walk.
Kill them, Kush.
No,
Kill them.
it feels okay.
Should
It
we?
feels really weird because it's like the air has stopped moving. There's no wind. You're actually flying soundlessly. Even as you see them dance, the music all stops. And a voice says, "We're coming."
Speak a little bit louder so that the people
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
can hear.
So the audience can hear.
Yeah.
We're coming,
But in a whisper.
but in a whisper. And at that time, all of the characters that I've described to you, including the draft horse, turn and look at you.
Ooh.
Just a John Wick 2 moment.
Exactly.
Let's go.
So you're walking towards.
He's not walking. He's flew.
No, well, we're
He-
walking. We're taking a walk.
Why? Oh,
Why?
you're leaving?
Are we leaving?
What? No.
No.
You just got the
No.
food. Food just
Oh,
came to
so
you.
Food just came now.
I'm
Yeah.
having a feeding
Okay,
frenzy.
okay.
He opened the door when he walked to the door. He says, "I'm gonna go get some food," and he opened the door. Why? There were carts right there waiting. Somebody somehow knew you guys needed food. I don't know how that could possibly happen,
Some kid.
unless somebody could hear the
Probably
entire
starving
last
on the other side of the
conversation.
city.
The watermelon cantaloupe,
Are there lots
Just
of
for him.
watermelons and cantaloupes on trays?
lots and lots of melons.
I'm gonna go put some pants on.
That would be
Yeah,
appreciated.
please don't be Kush.
Yes. I'm wearing underwear. I just need to put pants.
Where
on.
is he, by the way?
He's around.
No, Kush isn't. Not in the chamber at all.
He's around.
Who's around?
Exactly.
Exactly. And this is just like the bellhop.
Let's just say, don't cut.
Yeah, it's just
Scars.
it's the castle attendees.
Before they
I
come
give him
home to
both my.
roost.
He's around.
Okay. No, I just want to make sure everybody was fed. I want
Oh.
everybody fat, dumb, and happy for tomorrow's conference. It's gonna be great.
Thank you.
You know.
Thank you for serving the red as greatly as you did today.
Will there be breakfast at the conference?
I don't know.
There will be.
What kind?
Probably continental.
Oh, lovely.
Every time. Every time.
I wouldn't have minded a nice piece of red bean. The fruit's good.
I got 27 on my
library
con
in
check
here.
to eat all the food they gave
Oh
me.
no, the crown has a library, but it's not.
Probably it's-
Yeah. There is a library in town, however.
I'll take your offer on that later. Which district? Do you have a map of the city?
Yeah, there. Yes, but I physically don't have one with me, so. Guess we'll have to post another map up there one of these days, huh? All right. Anything else you want to? Since you have the only access to the Rogues Gallery this time, did you want to take any particular note so that everybody can know who all's here.
So I have the Blinn,
Mm-hmm.
the Ward,
Mm-hmm.
the Dwarf,
There.
the Bear, the Primus, the Reptile, the Draft Horse, and Volantru.
Ah, there's only one missing. And Volantru actually wasn't one of them, if you remember.
Volantru's handsome self.
No, well, yeah, you're right. The Beholder was the villain. There's no Beholder anymore. There's another change, too, if you hadn't noticed there's one missing. Didn't you have it?
Tiny Eater.
Yeah. Isn't that here?
Is there one more?
I thought there was one more.
No, there's.
But there isn't.
else.
Uh,
We
Who did I not come here?
killed African.
No, but Athen's here,
Evidence there.
dancing
We're
with the
missing
the bug.
Oh yeah.
Yep, instead there is a beautiful little fairy dragon.
Birdie.
Oh, I love fairy dragons. I
We're
miss my cat. You know, I could jump home and get my cat and come back. No, I think I'll leave him home.
Oh,
You're
after
one of your
eating as much
cats
food as I can, I'm gonna
contaminated
waddle
by-
over to the armory of the castle.
Waddle.
Yeah, that's what I do when I eat a lot of food.
Okay, and?
Jace, can
I'm
you
gonna
check
see
the
if I can,
food?
see their wares, or if it's, under.
Well, they're not
lockdown.
selling it. It's the
I
King's
don't know, I'm
Armory.
just looking into it, seeing what they have.
Sure.
Jace, can you check the food?
Sure.
Too late since you already ate all of it. I mean, you
Mhm.
check. You're checking for illness. He's not getting sick or anything like that. So.
I'm observing him as he's
I
eating.
made it 27 on my contract to eat all the food.
Well, you
wouldn't have been able to do it fast enough. They'd have gotten some of it. So, but you can make you made 27 on the
He
contract.
just grabs a whole melon, spins it to break it in half, and just and
And
just,
then
it's
he
still
just
spinning.
it every
I
time.
actually do the same
Now you
thing.
just see lifting above him and just squeezing all the juice out of it.
Oh my god.
I actually do the
Just
same
gonna-
thing with watermelon.
Takes a corkscrew, screw.
And my cheeks actually look like a chipmunk because I have the watermelon seeds in there and I'm staring right at Cord.
Mm-hmm.
I come back out. What?
Mm.
And I fire at Cord.
Are you two children?
This is how relationships are made, Jace. Come on.
I take my dagger, carefully
I'm back.
slice.
I'm
the
gonna
meat
grab the
like a
watermelon
No,
knife.
and
she's-
just.
She's
shove it
offering
over
the
your
seeds first. If you think about that, that's really kind of frightening.
I mean, it's establishing who's wearing the pants in this relationship.
I thought
Exactly.
that was obvious.
Rich.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
no. I mean, she's making it more obvious.
I'm gonna take the watermelon and I'm
Also
gonna
black, by the way.
stick it over his head. Is what I'm going to do.
Over whose head?
His head.
I wield the power
Splat.
of several different.
That is pretty funny. Visual.
I take it back off.
And it's just like you're eating.
I have brought you back to life more times than you've
And
made
army-
suits of armor.
And I'm.
Wow.
Think about that, big man.
Burp.
And then I put the watermelon back onto your head.
Cord.
And I'm enjoying life. Isn't
And then I
that
make
what
little
you angels
eyeballs
want
for
from
you.
us?
Mary goes over
Anything you
and
want to
cleans
know?
up
You're
the
up there.
mess.
What do you want?
Do they?
It's kind of terrifying
okay,
because
Do they
First of all,
actually know?
right at your
It
eyes.
feels to you like this is a vignette. Like you literally can fly by them and they're not paying attention. But you're like, why are they all here in this moment? What is this?
They're doing the what's that called? The challenge where everybody stands completely still out of nowhere.
Oh, the mannequin challenge.
Yeah, they're doing the mannequin challenge.
This is a mannequin challenge.
God,
Yeah,
they're
it's
doing
mannequin
the pause challenge.
Yeah. And there's the.
Oh,
what
that
was it?
reminds
showing
me.
me
Somebody's
What
coming.
was it? Chubby Bunny challenge.
The emissary of
To
Corium.
whom are you speaking?
Wait, hold on, let him do his thing.
Fight challenge.
That voice. That voice. that
Yeah,
asked
the
that.
voice.
That voice that says that. To whom are you speaking?
To the one showing me this.
bit cyclic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird to see all my enemies in one place.
Kind of cyclic, isn't it?
Do you know where they are?
Kind of cyclic, isn't it?
Damn it. Glad no one's here.
Really? Really? I think you're right. You guys all of a sudden are seeing him as a bird flying around. You're seeing this vignette, and he feels you seeing it through his eyes because of the spell that you currently have active. So he's actually turned on his broadcast, so to speak, but you're getting not only audio but visual of the city square, all of your villains.
When did they all get there?
Why are we seeing this?
Coach, what do you do this time?
Kind of cyclic, isn't it?
Yeah, I stumbled upon this vision.
Alondra?
Is it real?
Are we about to open up a major can of whoop-ass right now?
None of them are moving.
Nothing's moving.
Nothing.
Just you flying. And like I said, you're not even feeling the air on your bird's
Yeah.
face.
I make a move to a window to see if I can look out in the town square through my own eyes.
Yes, when you get to the window, it's completely fogged in.
How's the rain cloud doing on that building?
Oh, good point.
I
You look in that direction?
I do
Yeah,
have hot
since I'm
breath.
still connected.
He goes, crap, I don't want to look that way. Yes, you see a beam of white light shooting down into that building instead.
Huh.
I wonder if that's important.
Sounds like the DM wants us to go to this building.
Sounds
Are you saying that I would railroad a moment? No. Not that any of this is a metaphor at all.
They're
Yeah.
called stations, John.
Okay. Nice.
There's several layers.
So many layers.
Yeah. Hi, Travis.
Did someone order a big pile of plot?
It looks like it has a crest for us.
So now do you not go there because I said to go there?
He leaves his clothes everywhere.
Wait,
I-
you didn't grab my sleeve, right?
No, your sleeves are there.
The sleeves are mine.
That
went over
plot
and
hook
cleaned
is
up- I
baited with
can't
some
believe
good
it.
cheese.
Come on, you're gonna tell us.
Mary, we have slightly more important things to do with right now.
The only one that
Wait,
knows.
do I find any? So John, I
But
don't
she
need
was
like
down
a
on the
detailed
floor
description, but
cleaning
do
up
I
a
find any
watermelon.
Mary,
weapons
goddammit.
in the armory?
What's the matter?
Look down.
Do you find any magic items?
Yeah.
Actually, the only thing you'll find most interesting is that there is a relic that says below it, Martyrus Sacranulus, Master at Arms, Warrior Extraordinaire, Paladin of Paladins, Ranger of Rangers, and Friend of Babe.
Friend of who?
Multi-class
And the shield above it, the shield above that placard, is a round shield with the symbol plus and the number 3 painted on it.
What's the name of it?
The person's name?
Yeah.
Martyrus Sacranulus, Master at Arms, Warrior Extraordinaire, Paladin of Paladins, Ranger of Rangers.
Pick a class, man.
Friend of Babe.
What's going on down there? How come we're not seeing this?
Everybody has stopped moving and has stared to look at Kush. Also, the Rogues Gallery has showed up.
Wait, if we're looking outside the window, aren't we just seeing what?
It's fogged
No,
out.
it's fogged.
But it's fine.
You're seeing through his eyes.
Yeah, so
Kush, is that real down there?
No.
Okay, good.
So who's causing the illusion?
And I look back at the tower.
The voice says, kind of cyclic, isn't it?
Can we hear that voice?
No.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Haven't seen you in, 12 levels?
12 what?
Levels.
What level are you?
18.
Okay, 14.
Whoa. Oh.
You're
Everybody,
not-
Changes in development mean changes in relationships. So
everybody,
tell me my name and I'll answer 3 questions.
everybody gets a god at 4th level.
And a revisit at 20. Or near 20.
He's about to be 20.
Shh. Yeah, I know. He gets one too, but we're starting with you.
Oh, hello, Archer.
Ah, what's my
Whoa.
real name? I'll give you that one.
Not on this one.
Oh, you haven't done any research into your god. You didn't spend a minute thinking about me at all, did you?
It's fine.
The last time we talked,
Many tekel uparshin. You might want to write that down, son.
one more time.
Many tekel uparshin. And
Spell
for
that.
spelling is MENE twice. TEKEL UPHARSHIN.
The last one.
UPHARSHIN. And if you and I'll give you a bonus on this one. If you figure that out without cracking an internet,
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you 10 BPs,
10 what?
10 blessing points.
Many tickle Archer.
Many tickle.
Tekel, TEKEL.
It's M-A-N.
MENE.
Is it an anagram?
It is not an anagram.
Nini?
Many. MENE. MENE.
Oh,
TEKEL.
Nene is a goose.
You got this,
A
Ria.
wine goose.
No.
No, I do not.
I'm
I
safe on
will.
this one. I'm safe on this
Yeah,
one. You'll find out
I
after.
will, but
Because he's going to put that into a computer as soon as he gets out of here.
no, it's gonna be my homework. I really want those 10.
You really want those 10? That's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll grant you this. You may ask people verbally, but do not have anybody crack a computer.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see how far that goes. And I'll send an autographed copy of one of my books to anybody on the stream that knows that response without using their computer. That's an honor system thing. I have a dozen of my books right now, so if somebody does that, I'll get those 10 books out to you if you can solve that without going to a computer. And you can use the same rule. You can talk to anybody. And that applies to all of you. So there you go. I have 12 books to give out. So
Many
Tekel Uparshin.
Tekel Parson?
Uparshin.
Uparshin?
Yeah.
You're asking Twitch not to use a computer?
I'm asking Twitch not to go to a browser.
That's
Just
like a chicken.
I believe people are generally honorable. That's why I'm Orange Trail.
So
First of all, it isn't
How-
normal language.
Really?
So it's either a sound alike
Sounds like it's.
or it's
It might be Latin.
It's not Latin.
Yeah.
Predates Latin a bit.
Tagalog?
Hmm?
Tagalog.
That's not Tagalog.
it could be Greek.
It's not Greek.
And if it predates it, we might be talking
Predates
Okay.
Greek.
Sumerian?
Egyptian is one of the earliest languages. Babylonian and Sumerian.
Those are going to be the two big ones. Those are the oldest.
Travis says if it was Latin, I would have known that one. He knows Latin apparently.
I do too. More curious
Well,
he,
here's a bad pun. But you're Latina. See? I had to go there. That was horrible.
Wow,
That was horrible.
damn.
Wow.
I
That,
know
that,
Spanish.
that just cost you. That cost you 10 BP right there, John.
Wow, that was.
That was just a really bad.
Alright.
I know.
That was a
Yeah.
dad joke. That was awful. That was awful.
I'm aware.
I admit it. I admit it was horrible.
I'll be right back. I'm going to get something.
Okay.
And the
I know people that are awesome.
Okay, but so
Yeah.
is this real?
Is it real? It's surreal.
Future or past?
No, it's now. Isn't it good to know your friends are so close? I mean, your enemies are closer? How did they all get here?
Are they?
It's cyclic. Don't you think?
Yeah, it's almost as if it's happened before. And again. And again. If I was to take action now,
If you're going to take action and you're going to dedicate yourself more closely with my agenda, I'll grant you one question.
Could you have picked a noisier food to eat right now?
This is not Cheetos.
Yes, she could have gotten Doritos because then the bag would crinkle and then she'd crunch. So
I could have gotten Cheetos, so that way it was just one little thing at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going
And you would have been shoving like half of your finger in your mouth
Yeah.
at the same time.
God, I've been.
This is your god.
Thank God I've been avoiding it.
yes, I remember somebody making a comment about, God, the gods don't even bother us any. We have to meet them once and that's it.
I never said that.
I didn't say it was you. I didn't say it was you at all.
But.
I don't know.
Okay.
Like,
Some people have embraced their gods all the way along.
well, I mean, my god gave me an assignment like half a year ago that I haven't even done.
Duh!
Duh.
That's them all.
That's.
I basically drink with my dad.
That's
That's why I do the offerings with the brandy and stuff. $20 worth or 20 gold.
If this is true present, I will take action and.
Of course it's true present.
Follow.
Surreal. It's surreal, however. Metaphor? After all, that's what Nycos is all about. That's what the meta is for.
Is your god the god of the meta? What's happening?
Yes.
I'm lost right
Because
now.
change. Change.
Okay. So quick out of character for yours and the sake of the stream. Sometimes something that I set up like this is more for the players to get anchors for them to talk with each other and possibly talk with people on the stream about what it all means. It doesn't necessarily mean that right now in this place a blend that was just recently disintegrated is back up and dancing. For
It's
example.
just not back.
Good.
Not back again.
Or not back yet. But the point is that there are metaphors that can be discerned from what the actions are they see here, and therefore that becomes. In other words, prophecy doesn't always come by direct quote and having to memorize words. Prophecy can come through visionary means,
Oh boy.
and so
So you
catching
have
the
to-
gathering of the information here that you see, and either A, making them real or figuring out what they mean will be more powerful than any 700 word poem somebody
Hmm.
wrote.
So you have to divine meaning from the gathering of our enemies.
Yes,
And
there we
what
go.
they're doing.
Exactly.
So there's a gnome dancing with a warg, which could represent.
Glenn.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Blinn.
Colin. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, man.
That's embarrassing.
Jeez, this is a little racist of you.
Mm-hmm.
It was a slip up. Okay.
What's a bling?
It's a blend.
Oh boy.
A blend.
A blend. All goblins,
goblin.
the whole goblin race. Goblins, hobgoblins, and bugbears are all blend.
The
They're all
second
blue.
half. It's the second half.
Yeah, there's a goblin dancing war, which could represent.
Communion.
I was gonna say our enemies' willingness to party. but-
Exactly. That
To
too.
alliance with each other. Who is aligning with each
The
other right this minute as we
Dwarf
are?
riding the bear.
I mean, they've come together before.
But they're in
This isn't
play.
A
unprecedented.
female dwarf in play.
A female
Riding a bear.
dwarf in play. So
You've
that
not met.
is
You've not met.
also
Yeah. You.
prepared for war.
Yes.
Okay, one's ready to party and one's ready for war, but they might be looking at exactly the same thing.
Party and-
Because one person, those two may think that war is a party.
Yeah, 'cause
What about the others? What were the other vignettes we saw?
A Primus elf driving a wagon being dragged by basically
You
raptors.
said a chariot. There's a
Chariot.
big difference.
Chariot.
A
It's
chariot is a war
It's a
vehicle.
chariot. It's got big blades on the wheels and everything.
Again, they're prepared for war.
A bunch of riders in green, all carrying weapons, bows, spears, such like.
Things are gathering for war.
Volantru.
Volantru running a puppet scene with a beholder as his primary puppet.
are they trying to orchestrate a war?
Red veil horses circling.
Oh, that.
Are they
I
trying
got
to
that one
orchestrate
now.
a war?
Wait a
You just now
minute.
got that one?
Yeah.
Hold up. Oh, I got it too. Hmm.
Yeah.
Red.
Nobles arguing in a high tower.
Yeah. A man reading a book out loud.
But nobody's listening. Maybe a prophecy. You know, prophets are rarely believed in their own time.
3 bird-headed beasts chained to stone. That was something I hadn't mentioned before. Oh yes, and a pseudo dragon. I'm sorry, fairy dragon. Cute little
Fairy
fairy dragon.
I love fairy dragons.
What could that represent?
I had a character who had a familiar as a fairy dragon. I mean, a fairy dragon is a familiar.
It's flying in circles around the temple.
Well, we know
The
the
seven-sided temple?
The 7-sided temple.
Does it represent
They
dragon
breathe euphoria.
They breathe euphoria.
They breathe euphoria. They make people happy, content. You know, I don't care.
Oh, and the draft horse. The draft horse is talking with a farmer.
Well, the draft horse, obviously, at this point in this campaign, represents pure, unfiltered evil. So,
You have no idea.
yes.
You have no idea. What are you pouting for?
The draft
This
horse
is
with
my
the
brain.
I remember a
starting to-
tale of a war horse put to a plow in the time of peace.
the draft horse
And
with the
when war came
farmer.
along back, he came to get his war horse, but the poor
The
thing
last
was
we
so
know
broken down and tired he couldn't
was
carry him in war.
the draft horse was going to the coast in order to rebuild the section. Draft horse with the farmer.
Remember the draft horse that got turned into the demon?
yeah.
But this one doesn't look
Oh,
like
I'm
a
trying to
demon.
s-
It doesn't mean it's
Archer
not a
says,
demon.
one more thing. The vision started hours ago. There's a knock at the door, by the way. The room.
I'll get it.
Not the armor.
It's a
Most of us are
group,
just standing around.
group of servants, almost all section.
Howdy.
You recognize one of the young ones as being the leperine that was murdered.
What can I do for you guys?
We're just here to pick up the plates and clean
We'll
up.
bring them to the door. You can take them from there.
Oh, very well.
I pick up the seed mess and put it on a plate.
Okay.
And we wheel the carts
Okay.
or whatever to the
They
door.
wait. They wait patiently at the door.
Are you sure it's the same one?
Fairly soon.
They do look a little alike, but yeah.
Have you do any of you go to a temple nearby?
Oh, of course. We're members of the cathedral.
Right.
We're the reunification church.
Right. Reunification of what?
Humanity.
That's sweet.
We must all come together to protect ourselves. The end is upon us now.
I suppose. Any it's kind of my domain. Sorry if I'm asking this in kind of a weird manner. Any prominent religious figures, gods? Just I'm asking because I'm interested in your following.
Well, certainly there are the seven veiled ones, and there are the well, then there's the pagan ones, of course, the believers in things like animal spirits and stuff.
Which 7 veiled ones?
The true veils are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet.
This is one of the reasons why I started
one
my
more.
version.
There's the spectrum colors and the primary and secondary, and then there has to be one other color. Black, white, or gray.
Y'all know it's great.
Of course not. There's the sevenfold veils are all that there are.
Well, here.
The ancient, I'm talking the old religion. Yes, the new religion has all 10 precepts, and there's arguments about who belongs to what.
I realize
But
there's-
you were at the cathedral this afternoon. But I talked to you. This is a little leoparding.
Yes, I remember you. In 2 forms.
Mary,
What?
you're about as subtle as a brick. You know that?
I don't feel like being subtle.
I'm.
I'm sorry. Was something in the food that disagreed with you?
Yes, too much fruit makes my stomach bilious.
Ah, we'll definitely bring you some red meat. That's what she said she would be interested in.
I would really like something cooked, but I've already eaten
She
fruit.
snaps her fingers and another person comes into the room pushing a cart. I've brought venison, bison, beef, pork, chicken, even some seafood.
I'm like looming over her shoulder, just
All
like
cooked.
frothing at the mouth.
All cooked. And
Frothing?
says,
Like
I'm sorry we didn't act
Frothing,
any
sorry.
faster. We
Frothing.
only heard you a moment ago.
Oh, you're plenty fast.
Thank you.
You are to be commended for your speed.
You guys got all the plates then?
Anything else?
Yeah, so
Well,
Well, hold on.
I didn't mean to interrupt. You guys decide if you need any more information from the vignette. Oh, I did mention Jenya's there.
what?
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 What did she do?
Jenya the blue.
In the palace?
Yeah.
Oh,
In the vignette.
Oh, the vignette.
In the freeze frame.
She's
what is she doing?
protection.
She's overseeing from a high place.
Well, she's the high priestess.
Mother.
There's old Jenny and new Jenny.
Wait, is that her jumping off? No, that's great. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
it
she's
seems
over
to
here.
me that just about every representative race was there, one way or the other.
Is there?
And a few that we just assume not have there, which is Volantra and Bill.
What
And
if
on the
she's
top
a
of the tallest
doubling?
tower is a blue wizard. And I don't mean blue as far as his veil. His skin is blue.
Yeah.
Rowan.
Is what blue?
Is it one of these Vidalcan thingies?
You said it's not just blue, it's what blue?
No, his skin is blue. Not just his clothing, his skin is also blue.
he
Who's
is
that?
blue in color. The guy at the top. There's another thing as part of the freeze frame.
I'm blue. If I was green, I would.
Then I like squint by the library. Is that Volo? Nah.
Wait, blue. Do we know a blue race on this planet?
I think certain versions of elves can be blue.
Does it look like a
There are,
mortal?
it does not look like a wood elf. It looks like a mortal.
Very messed up
Is
magic
it a
can make you blue.
Vidalcan?
Well then,
Blue is in deeper than the sea, kind of a blue that we think of as our sea here, not there.
Is it bald?
Bald, absolutely bald.
Is it a Vidalcan?
I don't even know what that is.
It's from Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, why would that be here?
Okay.
Also, I didn't mention the one stone statue in town. Literally looks like somebody who's had the top half of his head cut off.
that's the half-wit. He was king for a short while. He was the son of a king, but he forgot his helmet or it got knocked off and half of his head went with it.
That doesn't bode well.
And they let him rule for a while, I guess, until they decided they'd had enough. I don't know what happened.
Well, I guess you can't call him hard-headed anymore.
No.
Okay,
Will you
I think
Give
I'm
me
going to go
guidance.
commune with my god.
Hold on,
no.
hold on. Let him talk.
will you give me guidance as to the first step?
Number one, choose sides. Number two, choose a method. Number three, act. But don't act like you're acting.
Good life advice.
Wait. This place mirrors reality? We could use these life lessons?
Check out patreon.com/Nycos.
Check out-
There it is.
Alright.
Thank you very much for that. That endorsement right there.
What's that?
What? This could be like life?
What? I think that's all I have.
Okay. The bird comes flying back in the window, and the window's clear. You look back out. Street's moving like normal.
The house with the cloud?
House of the Cloud's got a nice big cloud over it.
So that was weird.
Yeah.
Do you know that you were projecting what you were seeing?
Yeah, we had a conversation about that.
Oh.
Yep, everyone's square about that.
So
Yeah.
nothing magical in the armory?
So I
Oh, if
Tried to
there
be
is,
alone.
it's not put on display.
Ah.
tried to be alone, but I guess I still bring you guys along with me.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
At least you're safe.
That's true. I was really scared. I was really scared for a moment.
Well,
I didn't realize you understood what fear was.
I didn't before.
Thank you.
No, you took that.
the
never mind.
issue really, I think, is that the cat fight got to him.
Yeah.
The cat fight.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that cafe.
So, what's the plan now? We're gonna go to the building with the ominous cloud over it to kill time, or
Can we finish this food first? I'm chewing.
Just
the
she's chewing
buffalo.
on the end of a bone.
Wait a minute. Well,
The buffalo is so good.
Oh.
We'll have to
More
do
food.
that.
Kenya is St.
You're about
Cuthbert.
time. Yeah, 9:55.
Yes.
Alrighty, guys, we are at the end of the session anyway. We did not milestone, obviously, but we got our lead into what you guys can do next time, and we can talk about all of this. Make sure if you guys have any commentary, put it in the Discord so that our fans can also
And we
follow
made,
where you're at, where
made
mines
a,
are.
a chicken.
Try to make that a little bit more active as far as that's concerned.
We can't,
Remember-
we're literally seconds away from doing the benchmark. The check mark shouldn't be there yet.
Oh, it shouldn't?
Shouldn't be.
Oh.
No, it will
We
be
gotta
taken care of.
talk with Ruben.
You got to talk with Ruben next week, and we'll take care of
Oh,
that.
okay.
That'll be the benchmark.
That will be the benchmark. That's
Alright.
milestone. Yep. All right. Thanks everybody. This
it's like
is
the-
Nycos D&D Cauldron Emergent. And see you all next time. Make sure you check us on Friday and on Sunday.